in Gujarat's second largest city. And the players too get to play on the ground that they don't necessarily play regularly at. Harbhajan Singh, one of the big names in this tournament, captain of the defending champions, the Manipal Tigers, who actually could do with a win because they went down in their first game, the only game they've played. They've had 2 rain-offs, had a very tight game against the Konark Suryas in Jodhpur, and they lost by 2 runs. So now they're playing catch-up. What can they do? Well, it might be a good toss to win, bowling first. And they got plenty of big names in their side. See Dan Christian there. The likes of him. Sheldon Cottrell, what can he do with the new ball? If they swing today, it's going to be tough for the openers. And then you got Robbie Yatapa there with the gloves on too. Tessara Pereira, he's in. He's available. So it is a strong 11. Southern superstars in great form. They've won 3 from 3. Shrivas Goswami and Martin Guptill, the opening pair, played very well in their previous match when they crushed the Gujarat greats. Goswami batting through the innings, 48 not out to leave them home. They will be the favourites, but don't count out this Manipal Tigers team, since we have not seen them in full flow just yet. Budgie will be raring to go. He looks fit, doesn't he, Budgie? Hasn't played for a while, but he looks like he's been keeping fit. Looking forward to seeing him bowl today. How will this pitch play? That is a big, big question that's got to be asked. Delighted to say Ross Taylor's here in the combox of the Konark Suryas Odisha side that beat Manipal Tigers. Just have a quick look at Martin Guptill's stats. One of your teammates, Ross. What a player he is. What a ball striker.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have a fellow Kiwi in the team, and Martin Guptill's got a few starts in this tournament so far. But as everyone at home and us here in the combox, looking forward to seeing what this wicket has to offer. Obviously, I think it's going to be a little bit for the fast bowlers and even the spinners early on, with it being undercover for so long. But as I said, Martin Guptill and Goswami got them off to a fantastic start in the last game, and now Goswami having the captain's armband, having to stay in there. So an interesting start with Sheldon Cottrell here.
You've got the inside track on the Manipal Tigers. You're the only side that have played them so far. What's the secret to beating them?
Yeah, just get 2 more runs than them. No, it was a fantastic first game of the tournament. It's been 10-11 days for us where we haven't played. We haven't, you know, played them. So no, just looking forward to it, to getting out there. I think the people here, the crowd's just building up slowly here in Surat. First time for me, and the red soil too. It's normally a batsman's paradise. The ball coming on, and with the rain around, they've brought in these boundaries, so even shorter than they normally are. So hopefully a high-scoring 15-over game.
Yeah, it could well be. There are Sheldon Cottrell's stats. Great economy rate for someone who takes the new ball, 7.86. All eyes on this pitch, because last year average score batting first was 210. Big question is whether the rain and the weather has affected the nature of the pitch, or will it be as flat as last year? And if it is, with these short boundaries, as Ross says, could be in for a very high-scoring affair. Just a short delay while Martin Guptill moves someone away from the sight screen. But finally, after 5 days of waiting, we are ready to go here in Surat, the Lalbhai Contractors Stadium. I'm sure it will fill up as the night goes on. Hopefully we'll get 2 matches here before we have to move on to Jammu and then Srinagar. And with any luck, the players will put on a show for us today. We have cricket. Here is Sheldon Cottrell. Bit of swing, but pretty well negotiated in the end by Guptill.
Just a little bit of hint in. You know, Sheldon Cottrell always does swing the ball, and And if there is something that he's a little bit susceptible early on, is that ball coming back to Guptill. Likes to prod onto that front foot. But he's a class operator, as Cottrell. Is he going to try and swing it the whole time?
Just put a bit more into that. First one was a bit of a loosener in terms of pace, a little bit more behind that one. How do the openers approach this? Because 15 overs is quite different to 20 overs, isn't it?
That's an interesting thing. I think communication becomes very important. You probably still have to give yourself that 1 over, maybe 1.5 overs to see what the wicket's doing, how much it's swinging. But at the same time, you got that impact player, you got 10 wickets in hand, and these people here in Surat, they want to see the ball flying around.
Oh, thickish edge, no one there. First boundary in Surat, and it comes off the bat of Srivatsa Goswami.
Yeah, it's an interesting field to put the backward point as the boundary fielder. No third man. Goswami just lets the ball come, just a hint of swing, and that's what you want to get. Just off the mark with a boundary. Fantastic start here for the Southern Superstars.
Yeah, probably did him a disservice there. I said thickest edge, but he opened the face, didn't he? Deep third in, goes down the track, doesn't get all of that, but they will come through for the one. Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? You don't often not see a deep third at the start of a T20 or a T15 as we've got.
Yeah, I guess it's one of Goswami's strengths is to do that square cut, but still with that extra pace of the new ball, you would have thought he could have had that third man. But we talked about maybe giving them, having a look in that first over. Goswami's come out and played shots from ball one.
He flicks his hands at that, races across the turf. All hands that from Martin Guptill. We could have some runs today.
That's what we want to see. Just back of a length from Cottrell. Wide, didn't really swing back. Just the angle of the ball coming into the middle of Guptill's bat.
So strong through the offside, Guptill. Do you not want to give him any width? Swing. That's clipped away, and there's no deep fine now. So this is not a good start for the Manipal Tigers. It's a good one for the Southern Superstars. First over is done, 14 without loss. Here are today's two teams. Manipal Tigers are stacked in terms of batting, from Uthappa down to Angelo Pereira to Dan Christian. The bowling's not too bad either. Cottrell to Sarah Pereira in terms of seam bowling. The Southern Superstars unbeaten at the moment. Mazakadza has come into the side. He was an impact player in the previous game. Here's Anurjeet Singh. Just ambles up Anurjeet. But he's got a quick, strong shoulder action. Tell you what, he's getting a little bit antsy already, Harbhajan. I'm not surprised the way that the ball has just raced away, Ross, off the bat. We've got short boundaries here, and if this pitch is good, this is going to be very hard to contain the batters.
Great start here after 14 off the first over. Anurjeet Singh just getting it full enough to put him under some pressure. But it's a great start from Martin Guptill, and Goswami just flicking it off his pads. These short boundaries, I think that's still a 4 if the boundaries were back a bit. But there's ominous signs here for Manipal Tigers. I think they need to to pick up an early wicket to put the Southern Superstars team under some pressure and negate this run rate.
They've got the slip in still. Wide first slip. Beautiful shot off the back foot. Just forced through that gap. And again, it gets to the boundary with ease.
You know, we talked about he's had a few starts in this tournament so far, but 13 off 5. Guptill just a little bit of width. Nice back foot punch. Obviously a lot of rain over the last little while, but the outfield is still very, very fast.
Imagine if it hadn't rained, how quick it would be. Amazing. Does look like it's a pretty nicely paced pitch at this early stage. Maybe changes of pace early. Just something to try and keep the batter on their toes.
Very much so. And it's probably a good toss to lose if we're honest after the first 10 balls.
He comes down and gets enough of that over mid-on. Hit fairly high up on the bat from Goswami, but the idea was right, the intention was good, and mid-on was up.
Once again, Goswami uses his feet, gets enough of it. He doesn't get it quite out of the middle of the bat, but gets it enough. Interesting that fielder's still 2 or 3 metres inside the 30-metre circle there. But it's a fantastic start. When will Harbhajan bring spin in? He might have to bring... If there's anything I see about this Surat ground, it reminds me of a small New Zealand ground. So 180, 200 could be on the cards.
It's a little warmer, I think, than that. 25 without loss. $15 overs aside, so you need a good start, but the Southern Superstars have exactly that here at the Lalbai Contractor Stadium. 25 taken off the first 2 overs, both batters hitting their stride very early. The response, you asked when we'd see spin, Ross? The answer is now.
We always knew that it was going to be some spin at some stage. I thought it might have been Harbhajan, but his captain Obus Pina bowled fantastically well against us in the first match of the tournament. How much is he going to try and spin the ball? How much is he going to try and use the arm balls? Once again, Goswami, the left-hander, is he going to try and take him down early on? There's one thing Guptill will be doing. He'll be slog sweeping him from ball 1, I can assure you of that.
Was a bit of a part-time bowler when he played a lot of cricket in South Africa, Obus Pina, across the formats, but very handy, as he showed in that game against Connacht. Just darts that one in. It's going to be a wide. He was the pick of the Manipal team against you guys with bat and ball, and this is the surface that he's got to bowl on today. It's a very different surface from the one that they played in Jodhpur. Again, he's just firing it in now. Don't think he's going to toss up too many.
No, he used to be a left-arm seamer too, so just those little arm balls away from Goswami. Not a bad start so far.
Well, that was like a short away swinger.
That wasn't too far off Cottrell bowling there. Nice even surface. Been undercover for 3 or 4 days. You know, we wondered whether it would be a little bit tacky, but the way it's played in these first 2 and a bit overs, it's been a high-scoring game. Not much wear and tear. And if our if our trainings were anything to go by, very, very.
Well, there's a sweep, kind of halfway between a slog sweep and a more controlled one, but it's pinged right off the middle of Guptill's bat. 4 more.
I think it's the first ball that Pienaar has tried to actually turn. Guptill's picked this spot straight away. Got enough of it. 1, 2 bounces into the rope.
And goes back to the quicker pace delivery, not taking any risk. Urbis Pienaar just trying to stem the runs here slightly. Again, almost like a seamer. Watch out for the slog sweep. Brave there, just threw that one up.
Did I see a block? In a 15 over game?
That's not the Martin Guptill you know, is it? Let's see if it's going to be block smash, shall we? Not easy to smash that one, but everything seems to be coming off close to Guptill's middle at the moment. 32 without loss. Boys from the south, the Southern Superstars, top of the table at the moment by 2 points. The only side that have won 3 matches. They've been imperious. 1 more, and you would think they'll pretty much be in the playoffs because it's 7 group games, and the top 4 will be in the playoffs in Srinagar. Manipal Tigers, on the other hand, have some work to do to catch up with the rest, and a win today will go a long way to getting them up there. Rahul Shukla into the attack, replacing Anirudh Singh. Yeah, Superstars going really well, Ross. I mean, you played for them last year, and they didn't get into the playoffs. This year, top of the table. Any correlation?
Yeah, me. Yeah, I mean, they've been fantastic. I guess fortunate or unfortunate, depending on which way you look at it. They've played every game so far where we've had 2, maybe 3 rained out games already. So no, they've got a very balanced side this year.
Trying to hit the deck very hard here, isn't he? Shukla, burly, strong type of right arm seamer. Goswami is in good nick. First game as captain went almost perfectly. He saw the side home, opened the batting, 48 not out, off 38 balls, very sensible, controlled knock. Make sure his side got over the line for the 2nd time against Gujarat Greats. He uses his feet very well, doesn't he? And then if the bowler bangs it in short, he's happy to pull or cut as well. Took over from Dinesh Karthik, who has some commentary duties for the India Test match. And they look a really good organised unit. Hamilton Masakadza, the big man, possibly coming in next. He strikes a big ball. So does this man. It's well stopped. Budgie still got it.
Fantastic fielding there by Budgie. Never lost it. As you were talking before. Nice. Nice and fit. Guptill just gets on top of the bounce. Oh, I think with these short boundaries, he saved at least 3 runs there. He's just lucky he didn't land on that ball.
Putting his body on the line, the skipper. I think he enjoyed it, actually. He's enjoying being at cover. Mid-wicket now for the left-hander. Bang! First maximum here in Surat.
Goswami goes bang. It's been a fantastic over so far from Rahul Shukla. One of the batters had to go. Picked it up, bowling back of a length. Just hits up on it nicely, gets it right out of the middle of the bat. Short boundaries here, but that's over the hoardings.
He's a very short chap, but he packs a punch, believe me, Shrivats Goswami. Saw that in the IPL. Opened the batting for a time, didn't he, for Sunrisers? And he likes batting with taller batters, I'm sure. Oh, traceability taken! What a catch that is! That was absolutely nailed by Goswami. Straight at cover point. There was a little juggle, but he's taken a really good catch there.
Anid Varma, take a bow. Oh, Goswami, he's disappointed, especially after he just had a fantastic six. Shukla goes back of a length as we go upstairs. Has he got his foot behind the line?
There we go. Yes, that's okay. And Amit Verma will be very relieved about that, because when you take a really good catch, the last thing you need is for the bowler to be called for a no ball. But Shrivats Goswami has to go on his way. A very entertaining cameo, 18 off 11. It's 41 for 1. Manipal Tigers have a much needed first breakthrough. Shrivats Goswami gone for 18. Opening stand of 41 for the Southern Superstars in under 4 overs in this 15-over-a-side match. Hamilton Masakadza comes to the crease. Almost 4,000 runs in T20 cricket. One of the best batters Zimbabwe have produced in recent times. He's in good form too. Player of the match in the previous game. So good into the over by Rahul Shukla. 41 for 1. Quite a few tall buildings already in that Manhattan. Urbis Pina back on to bowl, left arm spinner. There's 1 over left in this power play, just 5 overs because it's been reduced. And I want to make the most of this. What's Pina going to do with his pace? Is he going to be brave enough to toss another couple up? Not the first one.
It's been the last 2 overs, 2.1 overs, have been fantastic by Manipal Tigers. They've tagged it, they've dragged it back, and the only time Obis has really been taken down is when he's tried to bowl spin.
Yeah, you can't just fire everything in, can you, I suppose, because the batter will find you predictable. Look at this. I mean, he was fairly deep, close to the edge of the circle, but this was right out of the screws. Luckily, it was at a good catching height, and he kept his eye on it as well. Amit Verma.
Wait.
Just a reminder of the playing conditions that we got today. 5 bowlers can bowl a maximum of 3 overs, and this will be the last over of the power play. Big sweep. That's going to be a tight single. Trouble. Oh, Anirudh Singh throwing at the correct end. You'd probably say the bowler's end. And Masakadza had to get his skates on.
Well, Guptill was always going to the easy end, but Masakadza is in that sweep position to get up there. Oh, look at him putting in the big yards. He was definitely struggling there. Great bit of fielding. If only Obis had got to the stumps, maybe there was a chance.
Beats the man. That's going to run away. Well played that by Guptill. He knew all he had to do was just beat short fine. And there was no one near on the boundary.
Yes, a shot that Guptill normally hits up on these. He plays the slog sweep a lot. But today, maybe just that extra bit of height that Pienaar has. He's deliberately got into his stance and deliberately hit down on the ball. With Harbhajan at that square leg.
He makes room and crunches that through the offside. That was only about 5 yards away from long off, but he had no chance. 51 for 1.
So 5 overs in, and after being put in, it's been an absolutely stonking start for the Southern Superstars. Guptill 30 from 16 at the moment, the man to go. The captain, Goswami, was an excellent grab in the end, but Masakadza, he was phenomenal in the previous game, and we're now out of the power play in this shortened match. But I don't think these two mind too much, because it doesn't worry about the power play if you're just hitting it beyond the boundary, and I think that's what they're going to try and do. Masakadza takes a big swing, fielder comes in, easily down the throat, while he was destructive in their previous game. But after that phenomenal start for the Superstars, they now lose their second wicket, and it is a key man, Hamilton Masakadza.
It's a great start with the arm ball once again, just hitting the inside half of the bat. Masakadza just not quite getting it good. A nice, easy catch. Strategic timeout. 51 for 2.
Yeah, I mean, they would have wanted him to come in. He's coming in at 3 today, not the impact player, so they would have wanted him to really come in and make that difference, especially after Goswami went. But they have still got Guptill out there in the middle, and there's that signal from the umpire is that we're going to have a strategic timeout. So Martin Guptill still out there in the middle, 30 from 16, and they've been striking it well. He's going at over 187. There's 2 wickets gone down, that of the captain Goswami and then Hamilton Masakadza, who we know can be destructive, can be dangerous, but just 1 to his name today. And well, with that strategic timeout brings another left-hander out to the middle. De Silva, we saw what he did in the first game. Chaturanga De Silva, 149 matches, 1,424 runs, and a healthy enough strike rate too. And with Guptill going at over 185 strike rate at the other end, you feel like these fireworks could just continue. Yeah, it's nicely struck, but there is a fielder out there. Now, Ross, we were just saying during that timeout, you'd be pretty happy with that as a power play, as the batting side been put in.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to hit boundaries both sides of the wicket. A lot of these balls actually weren't that bad of balls, but there was a quick outfield. We were umming and ahhing how this wicket would play, but Goswami and Guptill just used the crease well. Fantastic catch there. And Hamilton Masakadza missing out.
Clubbed away into the leg side. That's hit hard, that's hit fast, and Martin Guptill is really on the charge here. He's come out at the top of the innings and he said, I mean business here. We might have sat around all day, but I saw him with a few cups of coffee and it's coming to the good.
Just slightly dropped short there by Angelo Pereira. Guptill gets into position quickly, and that's a small boundary towards mid-wicket there, and he had no chance.
Feels like he's missed out there. We can hear on the stump mic a little noise of irritation, but striking at 200 now. Just keeping it slightly wider outside that off stump and getting Guptill feeling at it, not quite managing to middle that one. This was how we saw the end of Hamilton Masakadza. He gave it a big strike and easily down the throat of the fielder. Not going to drop that one. And easy enough for Rahul Shukla. Clipped away, and that'll be 1 to finish off the over. So 6 overs gone. Southern Superstars 58 for 2. So some pretty tall buildings in there. They've started really destructively here, the Southern Superstars, after being put into bat. They've finding these boundaries pretty easily, and we were just saying, weren't we, Ross, you know, they might be looking at sort of 150 here. Yeah,
I think 150 is a par total. It's short boundaries, 10 wickets in hand with the impact player up your sleeve. Interesting, you know, De Silva came in down the order in the last match. Has he been brought up there just to have a left-right hand combination, just to upset, knowing, you know, they do have a lot of spin options, but maybe they didn't want to just have 2 right-handers just so their left-arm spinners could just bowl to the right-handers. But you do need to give yourself a couple of balls, but that's about it.
Well, Cottrell's expensive in his first over, going for 14. And that's a much better start, just tucking up De Silva here. But he has been in really fine form in this tournament with the bat, De Silva, and also taking some speckies in the field. Well, we saw him back in Jodhpur firing against the Gujarat Greats, an unbeaten 53 of just 28, way back in match 4, before the rain, before we had a little break between matches, and he'll be hoping to continue that kind of form here today, and that's why they'll have pushed him up the order, because they want him to do stuff like this. Yeah, and this is much better from Cottrell.
Yeah, Guptill's been still subdued. He hasn't gone. You know, sometimes in these situations he can go from ball one and continue to go. He's still picking his ball. So I just wonder, you know, what he's thinking. Is he going to try and bat through this innings, try and get to 10 overs? Because he's definitely not trying to hit every ball so far.
Yeah, we saw him in that very first game. He really struggled to get going. He came out in their second one and went bang, bang from the off. And talking of going bang, bang, that is exactly what De Silva's doing there. One bounce, and he picks up 4.
Yes, Sheldon Cottrell, hands on hips. I'm sure De Silva's trying to hit that, give himself a bit of room, and almost try to hit that leg side, slices it over cover. Deep in his crease. Lovely shot over cover.
Taking on Sheldon Cottrell here. 6 already off the first 3. And this time just straying down that leg side, trying to get De Silva feeling for it, thinking he might have had something on it. But this Southern Superstars side aren't at the top of the table for nothing. They've been really impressive so far in this tournament. Come back from situations where they look like they might have been out of it for a while, but they played 3, won 3, and they have been lucky enough as well to, they can thank their superstars that they haven't had any rain-affected, rain-cancelled matches so far. Shorter ball, goes inside out, that's absolutely massive. The crowd roars, and De Silva is on the charge.
Slightly short there by Sheldon Cottrell. We talk about these short boundaries. This is a 6 on any ground. There, cross seam, gives himself a little bit of room, but that is straight out of the fat.
Wouldn't be too unhappy with that one, would you? The crowd are absolutely loving it. And as you say, that'd be 6 anywhere on any day, and appreciated by his captain there and his batting partner. Again, giving that bit of extra aggression, Cottrell, and again straying down that leg side. And I think I'm going to have to steal that phrase from you, right out of the fat.
New Zealand phrase, New Zealand phrase. We can pass that on. But yeah, Cottrell's been a little bit expensive from his first over going for 14, and this one going for 14 off only 4 balls.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit here now. He's sort of trying almost too hard. He's trying to... This one, it was just that shorter into the pitch, gave himself room, De Silva, and since then, Cottrell's just struggling to find that line, trying to overcompensate, and actually he's just giving away free runs down the leg side.
It was like De Silva knew where he was going to bowl. That extra bit of pace. I guess that's why Cottrell's just trying to roll his fingers on it, but his direction's not going to plan.
Again, just that little bit shorter and tucked up. And Guptill, well, he's just been watching the party from the other end temporarily. De Silva moves on to 13. And you wonder what Captain Harbhajan Singh will be thinking at this point. Who's he going to turn to with his bowlers? Cottrell is proving really expensive, so who is he going to change to?
And when's he going to bowl? You know, 3 overs. Is he going to back himself? Short boundaries. This is where his little sliders and his experience will come into the fore. So, you know, I hope he comes on soon.
That's well bowled. Cottrell is absolutely pleading with the umpire there. No one interested by that. The wry smile, captain not even really looking at him. Closes out the over. 7 overs gone. Superstars 75 for 2. Well, Martin Guptill is proving destructive today. He is the man out in the middle, going along really nicely. All those partnerships he's been part of at the moment, him and Goswami, 41 from just 24 at the top. But now De Silva's come out to join the party in the middle, so the right-hand, left-hand combination continues. Lovely looking shot, and it will be fielded just inside the ring. The captain, Harbhajan Singh, got a little bit of thinking to do as Kevin O'Brien slides into the seat next to me. What have you made of this so far, Kev?
It looks a good wicket, you know, even though the covers have been on it for 4 or 5 days. As we're looking to hit off the bat there, I think, from Guptill. Yeah, it looks a good wicket. You know, I think a score above 150, 160 is needed to be competitive on this wicket.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind being out there having a bat on this, I would imagine. But again, we've just got to give the appreciation for the ground staff for the work they've done over the last few days. It's been completely undercover. It has been absolutely teeming it down with rain, but we have got play today. Well, that's glorious. De Silva really means business today.
That's his 3rd or 4th boundary. You know, a very similar shot. You know, goes deep in the crease, looking for that back of a length ball from Shukla, who delivers it right where he wants it, and just creates a bit of width by stepping away and crunches it past extra covers right hand, and no chance for the deep man to stop that 4. So De Silva's on fire. Guptill's playing quite nicely at the other end. Superstars in a good position here.
Yeah, they're a side that've gone 3 from 3 so far. They have come back from a few sticky situations, but today put into bat and absolutely relishing the opportunity. They're not big boundaries out there today, and it's a really good wicket for batting on, and they're taking this by the scruff of the neck at the moment. Well, wide and missed by the keeper, and goes for 4, so this is just rubbing salt in all the wounds for the Manipal Tigers.
Shukla's hands on his hips there. You know, he's bowled a decent ball, or maybe a little bit down leg side, but Uthappa hasn't helped him at all there. Let it go through, and it's 5 wides against the bowler. Yeah, it's not ideal. When it's going against you, it really goes against you from Manipal. And as I said, Superstars 85 for 2 now in prime position.
Yeah, and 10 of those already coming from extras. 9 wides in there. They're going to need to clean this up because the stuff coming off the bat is massive too. And that's much better. That's a really good comeback. And cleanly taken behind the stumps.
Just a little bit fuller from Shukla. I think, as you can see, he brought the length forward a little bit, angling across De Silva, who looks very comfortable when it's back of a length. Maybe the tactic, you know, being quite small in stature, very strong square of the wicket, and not like most left-handers, very strong square of the wicket. So maybe look to try and bring him forward a little bit more. You know, as they drop long off and bring up third into the ring.
Well, he's going to pick up another 4, and that's perfect placement. Just too fine for the man there. And between TP and the keeper, it's another 4 to De Silva.
High skill from De Silva, realised the change in field and just opened the blade of the bat. Let the ball come onto it, played it lovely, and TP there. He's just probably flown in from Zimbabwe. A little bit lethargic getting down to it, but Shukla's not happy.
He's been unfortunate here, Shukla. He had one that was missed by Robbie behind the stumps, and then that one perhaps could have got himself down, sort of harbour bridged it somewhat. He's actually been pushed out. He's gone deep, he's on the boundary now, TP. So he's been pushed back, and now he's been brought back in again. So they're actually just making him run. That time again, just got De Silva feeling at it a little bit. And at the moment, Martin Guptill, who's 38 from 22, is actually just standing watching at the other end. He's got a front row view.
And he's probably happy watching it. The carnage at the other end as well. It was a great shot to get off the mark. All hands. A little bit of swing from Cottrell, 2 straight. A great shot again, shows how good the wicket is. Very classy batting there. A couple of sweeps and then powered it down the ground. And, you know, in through mid-wicket again. So he's in good form. He's looking good tonight. He's happy here, the non-striker, watching De Silva play with the field a bit.
Shorter again. I think he's got away with this one. Got De Silva feeling at it, so closes out the over with a dot. 8 overs gone, Superstars 89 for 2. Guptill been in there since the top, 38 from 22 at the moment, but De Silva catching him up rapidly. He's striking at 200 and he looks very comfortable further up the order, and there's still batting to come in this lineup. Remember, we got a 15 over a side match today in the K Rasa Legends League, and really good work by the ground staff to mean that we could get this underway, but it looks a very good wicket for batting on, and I can see Kevin O'Brien's eyes lighting up with the idea of getting to play on this tomorrow perhaps. So change of bowler, Dan Christian replacing Cottrell. And that is absolutely glorious from Guptill. Stand and deliver.
Dispatched. Saw the slower ball. Dan Christian's first pill. Little side of the hand, and Guptill's seen that and he's just swatted it over deep mid wicket. Straight out of the middle of the bat and well over the boundary ropes. This is an imposing innings so far from Guptill, 44 off 23, 7 fours and that's 6, so in good form.
Sometimes it's just not the day you want to be a bowler. And this time helped on its way, and he goes back to back, Martin Guptill, and that is his first 50 in LLC cricket. His previous best of 46, and he brings it up with back-to-back sixes.
All hands, you know, Christian's gone into the wicket, into his thigh pad. He's just flicked his wrist at this, and again, you know, straight out in the middle of the bat, and it's gone well over deep square leg. He's in good form.
So not only does Guptill bring up his 50, that is actually the 50 partnership between Guptill and De Silva as well. So racing along here, the Superstars, and they just seem unstoppable at the moment.
Yeah, looking like getting 170, 180 now at the position they're in.
Takes him on again, and it's going to be 3 on the trot from Martin Guptill, and he smiles like a schoolboy as that's fetched from beyond the boundary.
I think the smile says it all. 3 from 3. He's got to go 6 from 6 here. Well, tried to go 6 from 6, I should say. Again, into the wicket, little leg cutter. Not much purchase on the ball on this wicket. And Guptill swats it again over deep mid wicket. The smile on his face there as he punched gloves with De Silva says it all. He's having a cracking time out there tonight. 56 off 25.
So 3 on the trot there for Martin Guptill. He moves on to 56 from just 25, and this over already 18 off the first 3. Welcome to the monster hitting party, Dan Christian. Well, you feel at this point it's been very difficult to even manipulate this field because the ball's just going so far beyond the boundary. It's more like manipulating those in the crowd to take cover. He goes again! He goes massive! And it's 4 in a row! And it has taken out the window in the commentary box. Take cover, get your hard hats on, because Martin Guptill is on a mad one.
Oh my word, it's broken the glass here in the commentary box. I knew it was coming close to it the minute I left the bat. Look at that, absolutely out of the middle. Another slower ball, cross seam from Christian, sorry, this time. Guptill spotted a little bit fuller and wider, and that is absolutely dismissed. 6, 6, 6, 6, 24 off 4 balls. I think the most runs in an over in the LLC history is 30. I think Guptill's going for that record tonight. Here it is, first ball, dismissed over deep mid wicket.
This time it's just going to be 4, but we say just 4. This over has already now gone for 28. And actually, I think there's a few hearts that have been going quite fast in the commentary box that previous ball, so we don't mind too much if it's along the ground. That just a little bit wider, had a feel for it. When it's your day, it's your day. Well, it's the tidiest close to the over he could have gone for. They're going to scamper back for a second, and it's really good running from De Silva and Guptill, and what an over. Everyone sit down, take a breath, because that's been absolutely astonishing power hitting. 30 from the overs. 9 overs gone, Superstars 119 for 2.
Because you ducked a bit. Yeah, you started.
This has been quite some striking, and this partnership is doing some serious damage, not just to the glass of the commentary box. 68 off 27, Martin Guptill and De Silva out there in the middle. And who are they going to turn to? Who is the captain going to turn to? And he takes the ball himself. He says, right, I need to take control of this situation. Clubbed straight back over his head, and the boundary bashing continues.
Yeah, there's no let up for the bowlers here. You know, good batting again by De Silva. Backs away. Harbhajan follows him a little bit fuller, and just hits through the line. One or two bounces. One bounce over the ropes. Carnage continues here in Surat.
De Silva striking at 200. Guptill striking well over that, 242. And Harbhajan Singh, well, the numbers speak for themselves. 268 matches, 235 wickets in that economy, just under 6.8. Drying that ball. It has been damp out there, and they need to dampen the Superstars' spirits. Bowled him! Just what they needed. The captain brings himself on, and he makes the difference. And it takes just 2 balls, and he's got rid of De Silva.
Very classy bowling, experience of Harbhajan. He's seen all this before. You know, he's taken a lot of pace off this. This might have been the over spinner. Very, very slow. Chaturanga down through the shot. He missed. Harbhajan hit. A great innings comes to the end by De Silva. 26 off 13. 4 fours and a 6. 123 for 3.
Well, that partnership finally brought to a close, 72 from 29, and destructive it was. And there's the signal from the umpire. It's now time for a strategic timeout. Martin Guptill still out there in the middle, 68 from just 28, striking at almost 243, and it has been astonishing. He's hit 8 4s and 4 6s on his way to that unbeaten 68 at the moment, well past his highest total so far in the Kairasa LLC. He's never made a 50 before, and this one he brought up with back-to-back 6s, and he's just being joined by Chirag Gandhi out in the middle, the right-hander. So 2 right-handers now, 73 matches, 1,266 runs, and a healthy enough strike rate to go with it. So what will they be eyeing up now? They've got 15 overs in total. And Harbhajan, we were talking about, you know, who's going to turn to try and make a difference. Well, all he had to do was take the ball himself.
Yeah, a lot slower there to De Silva, who ran past it, you know, missed it, and Harbhajan strikes. And then the first ball to Gandhi there was very slow from Harbhajan and a little bit wider. So using all his experience that he has, you know, throughout his career, he's been a fantastic servant to Indian cricket, an amazing bowler throughout his career. So this will be interesting to see how Guptill takes him on.
Top edge, fielder comes in and takes the catch, and that is the end of the Martin Guptill show. And the captain, Harbhajan Singh, what a difference he can make in any game. He comes on, gives himself the ball, and he picks up 2 key scalps, especially that of Martin Guptill.
Again, the over spinner, a little bit more bounce from Harbhajan. Guptill went for that sweep and knew the minute he hit it off the top edge. Angelo Pereira steadies himself and takes a very comfortable catch. The great innings from Guptill comes to an end. 124 for 4. Guptill 68 off 29 has put superstars in a great position, but Harbhajan struck back with 2 and an over.
Well, this is a real game-changing, game-slowing, not quite changing over from Harbhajan. Picked up the 2 wickets and just slowing the chaos, because it really has been carnage from the superstars batters. And Pavan Negi, the left-hander, comes out to the middle. 119 matches, 803 runs, and a healthy enough strike rate to boot. But now 2 fresh batters out in the middle, Gandhi and Negi. They're going to want to try and continue this momentum, because at one point 170, 180 was looking on the cards. We've got just over 5 overs still to come. 1 more to come in this. The 10th over being bowled by the captain. 2 wickets in this. Into the pitch this time, and the call of 2 very early. And easily home for a second. So the over that the Manipal Tigers needed, 2 wickets coming from it. So 10 overs gone, 127 for 4.
What a dramatic 10 overs we've seen here. 5 overs left in this Southern Superstars innings, and they are heading for a massive score. They might need one. 127 for 4. How many can they get up to? What's going to be a score where they feel remotely comfortable? Because defending in these conditions is not going to be easy. Here's Orbespina. Wide bowled. What do you reckon, Kev? What's going to be a good score?
Well, before Harbhajan's over, maybe talking 180, 190. No, they can still get there. They'll have to finish well, but a momentum changing over from Harbhajan. 2 for 7 off 1.
Yeah, he sensed that Guptill wicket was absolutely huge. He's striking the ball so well. He just got defeated by the length. Ball bounced on him. Comfortable catch for Acela Gunaratne. What an over by Harbhajan. Just the way that he was happy to slow things down, toss the ball up, showed all his class, all his experience. Could be massive come the end of the day, that over. That's hit hard and into the gap. One bounce for Chirag Gandhi into his work.
Yeah, a little bit slower from Pienaar, taking Harbhajan's advice obviously on board, but just a little bit too full. Harbhajan's length was a lot shorter. Pienaar's floated that into the slot, and Gandhi's not going to miss out on that with this short boundary over extra cover. Good strike, wide of the long on fielder. TP didn't even bother chasing it. Easy boundary for Superstars.
That has turned. That has turned. Now that will interest the spinners that are yet to bowl on this pitch, particularly the Southern Superstars ones.
Yeah, that's just gripped a little bit. Maybe gripped at the seam. I'll be very happy with that spin.
That's a quick single straight to Harbhajan, but he was right on the edge of the circle. Chirag Gandhi was the match winner for the Superstars in their second match against the Capitals. He was very good at the back end of the innings. If he does something similar today, they could get up to, yeah, something close to 200, maybe even beyond if they have an unbelievable 4.2 overs from here. Manipal Tigers just could do with 1 or 2 tight overs, under 10 here. Backs away and then hits long over, long on. Pavan Negi has so much power. He's also got fantastic timing.
He didn't hold back again. Once again, tossed up by Pienaar, trying to turn it, but again into the slot, straight out of the middle of the bat. Negi's not going to miss out on that. Manipal Tigers need to try and take a few more wickets to slow this run rate down. Otherwise, they will be chasing in around 200.
Goes short. This is flat, straight to deep mid-wicket. Gunaratne takes another comfortable catch. And the spinners are just keeping Manipal Tigers in this.
Length was the key. You know, we saw in the previous over with Harbhajan bowling a little bit short of a length, taking up a couple of wickets. Anytime Pienaar's gone full, he's gone for boundaries. Again, dragged the length back, kept the pace on it. The batsman Negi found Gunaratne for a second simple catch. Negi looks at his bat, not out of the screws this time, but Pienaar's happy with that one. Superstars 140 for 5 as Negi makes his way back to the crease, or to the pavilion, sorry, 8 off 4.
Martin Guptill, 68 off just 29 balls. Chaturanga de Silva, 26 off 13, powering the Southern Superstars today. Baji's back, gets a lot of bounce there. Work to do for Pienaar. He can't get there. Lovely cut shot from Gandhi. He's got really fast hands.
Yeah, great use of the crease. It goes real deep in his crease. Negates the bounce and the slow nature of the ball from Harbhajan and beats the deep man on the boundary. Well placed for 4. Just spinning away from Pienaar there at deep extra cover. Gandhi looks in good form here today.
Just having to dry the ball because that ball went over the boundary and the areas just outside the rope are still a tad wet. Let's have a look at Baji's 2 wickets in his first over. Really slow through the air, totally deceiving Chaturanga de Silva. And then again with Guptill, really, just the extra bounce. He's a tall man, Harbhajan, for an off-spinner. Really clever bowling. It's great to see he's still got all the old tricks.
Yeah, a lot of experience, obviously played for many years. I didn't see his little kiss of his fingers and his little celebration. Maybe he's not in the best mood as a skipper, but as Jessel Khairaya comes into the crease.
Yeah, this is the partnership that got the Superstars over the line against the Capitals in trying situations in a run chase. Jessel Khairaya and Chirag Gandhi. They were very calm in that situation. Slightly different here, where they got to set a score, but still equally as important. It's not going to be easy defending anything on this pitch, with the small boundaries in particular. Inside out. And again, Pienaar is beaten. Quality from Gandhi, and that is the 150 up.
What a shot. Inside out over extra cover from a very straight ball. You know, that's probably hitting the outside of off stump, and he's just flicked his wrists through it. Beat extra cover in the ring. No chance for the man on the boundary. Gandhi, another boundary this over. 17 off 8. He's looking well. You know, I think just from Khairaya's point of view, he's got to give himself a bit of time to get in. You know, it's a difficult wicket to come in and, you know, strike from ball one. You know, I think he'll give himself 3 or 4 balls to knock it around while Gandhi continues to hit the boundaries.
He'll want those 3 or 4 balls to be at least singles, though, won't he? Dot balls at the moment like gold dust for Manipal Tigers.
Exactly. You know, I think the big thing is he needs to give Gandhi the strike as much as he can.
Slog sweep again, picking out the man. Deep mid-wicket. Second catch for Amit Verma. And Baji has 3.
This is a simple game for Harbhajan. 3 wickets in 2 overs. They'll again tossed up off the bottom of the bat. Khairaya went for the slog sweep, picked out the man on the deep mid-wicket boundary, and again a couple of steps back and easily taken chest high. Harbhajan's happy. He's changed the game. Himself and Pienaar, you know, 4 wickets in 2 overs now, with 3 overs to go. So Southern Superstars, you know, we were thinking around 200. You know, now maybe 185.
Downtown Surat, pleasure to be here. Now the rains have subsided, we can enjoy ourselves, have a little look around. 90% of the world's diamonds apparently, Kevin, are cut and polished in this city. Got a diamond of the game going on right now.
Yeah, don't let my wife hear you say that. She'll be expecting something coming home in the bag. But yeah, a cracking game. You know, obviously you waited a long time here. The crowd have waited a long time to get some cricket here in Surat. And they're being treated to a fantastic game so far in these first 12 overs. Manipal Tigers, you know, pulling it back in these last 2 overs with Harbhajan getting 3 wickets.
Angelo Pereira back on. Very full. And that fielder, Gunaratne, he's very straight. He's basically deep extra cover, close to deep long offs. Have a look at Khairaya again. You can see the bat just twists in his hands a bit. Right near the bottom of the bat, nowhere near the middle. You don't even really need to find the middle on that side to get it over the boundary. You can just muscle it. But you need a bit more than that. Elton Chigumbura, the new batter. Gunaratne's moved a little bit squarer for him. Picks up 1.
Yeah, Elton Chigumbura, ex-Zimbabwean captain, played a lot of cricket against him for Ireland. So, you know, I've been on the receiving end of a few of his lusty blows. He's a good cricketer, dangerous lower order batter, and a little medium pacer. So, you know, he's come in with just under 3 overs to go.
That made a good sound. Splits the fielders. Need a bit more of that, the Southern Superstars, if they want to finish with a flourish.
Yeah, again, tossed up. Pace was off it. Again, in that slot. Gandhi has slog swept out along the ground for 4. A couple of bounces into the boundary ropes, 23 off 11. I think he holds the key for Superstars now. If he can bat till the end, you know, I think they can get up in excess of 200. He's the main man, and they're the man on screen, Harbhajan. He's the main man for Manipal.
Comes down, gets it on the full, drilled straight. 4 more.
Yeah, uses his feet, gets down to make it a full toss, and smashes it, hammers it past the bowler with no chance to get his hands up. Trying the arm ball there, and just no chance for the bowler. Great strike again from Gandhi. You know, he looks in good form. As I said, he holds the key. 2 balls left here in the 13th over.
That is going to be a wide. Could see what he was trying to do there, Angelo Pereira, but just got it wrong. Far too wide of the off stump, and he wanted to bowl it wide outside the off stump, as he knew Gandhi was going to come down the track. Fans that are in enjoying themselves, and as we've seen throughout this tournament, the crowd will build as people finish work and find out there's actually a game on. They might be quite surprised because we've had so much rain.
The umpire's looking here. I think this pitched off the wicket. I think this might be a no ball. It was so far wide.
He's all right. It's just in, or what do you think? I mean, it's the white line we've got to worry about, right?
Yeah, I think it's the line, isn't it? I should know. I'm a qualified umpire. I did my umpiring course a few years ago. I think it might be the white line, and I think if it touches the white line, that could be classed as off the wicket. I'm not too sure. It looks okay, as we will see. Wide ball, yeah, giving a wide there. Learn something new every day.
He's got a little bug on his helmet, Gandhi. And he's lucky he's got nowhere near the middle there, otherwise that would have carried to Sheldon Cottrell. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a little dragonfly on the back of his helmet. I wonder if that's good luck. He's got a passenger. But they're flying at the moment. That's got enough on it as well. Elton Chigumbura hits his first maximum.
I don't think he's got anywhere near that. That's off the inner half of the bat. 6 runs as the over, 13th over finishes. Here, have a look at it here. Just off the bottom of the blade. You know, he's a strong man, Elton Chigumbura. Ends the over 169 for 6.
Who wants to bowl? I'm not sure I would, to be honest with you, in these conditions. 15 over a side slog with very small boundaries to defend. Anyarit, the man who steps up. Second over for him. First over went for 11, which in the context of things, not actually that bad. Deep in the crease. That's going to be another wide. We've seen quite a few so far. That's the 12th wide of the game. Southern Superstars up to 170, their highest score in LLC history, as we watch Chigumbura's 6 off the final delivery of the previous over. Angelo Pereira, again, not really middled. Highest score for Southern Superstars, 174. So they're 4 runs off that, and they've only batted for 13 overs. That might be another wide. Yes. Number 13.
Unlucky for some, maybe, but you see what Anyarit's trying to do here. You know, Gandhi's looks like he's batting outside off stump. Anyarit's trying to go wide Yorker. with the fielder. You got deep backward point, deep extra cover. Just trying to go. It's unlucky from Anerud. Not a million miles away from a perfect delivery there. He just needs to come in a little bit. Obviously, you get that wide line moves with Gandhi batting a little bit outside off stump. So that wide line does move a little bit further away.
Now, that was marginal, but I think that was fine. It was just inside the blue line. Can see what he's trying to do and understand it. It's just there is a fine line for a bowler. Gandhi's raced to 28 off 14. Hardly broke sweat. This partnership, 20 off 10. But look at that one, 3 down. Guptill and Chaturanga, 72 off 29. Deep again. Fast hands. 4 again. It's another gem from Chirag Gandhi, this. He's dealing in 4s at the moment.
Yeah, extremely quick hands. His little dragonfly still hanging on there at the back of his helmet. He's not going anywhere, but here we go. Anerud's gone. Trying to go for the wide Yorker again. Quick hands from Gandhi, and that's flown away to the extra cover boundary and has beaten the deep backward point and the deep extra cover quite easily. You know, it's only gone 5 or 6 yards to Dan Christian's right there, a deep backward point, and he had no chance.
Dragonfly still going. It's a lucky Dragonfly. What a shot. He's so good through the offside. In the air, but it was all about power, that cover drive.
Yeah, Manipal Tigers might need to look at a change of tactic here. Obviously, Gandhi's strong, extremely strong over the offside, as you said, Matt. You know, could they make a slight change to the field and maybe look to try and go in at leg stump? You know, it's just all about the execution, really. If you go straight and get it wrong, it could go 6 over the leg side. So, obviously, the leg side is slightly smaller boundary. Anerud's just got to compose himself here and try and execute that wide Yorker. But it's not a game for bowlers here, this 15-over game.
This might be a chance, it will be. Harbhajan comes around and he takes it above his head comfortably. It's a wicket that was much needed. Change of pace from Anerud does the trick.
Yeah, good bowling. The change of pace, little off cutter into the wicket. Gandhi sliced across it, just got the top edge, and Harbhajan's taken an extremely comfortable catch. A great innings from Gandhi. Comes to end 36 off 17. He's disappointed. He saw that ball was there. 36 off 17, 179 for 7 off 13.4.
It's a 15-over game, and this is the 14-over game. 13.4 was scored. 179 for 7. The Southern Superstars.
It's a scorecard that looks pretty good for the Superstars so far, but they want to go hard in these final 8 balls, get up towards 200. Subodh Bhatti in. Swing and a miss. Again, it's a good change of pace from Anerud, who's cottoned on after bowling a couple of wides early on, trying to go for the wide Yorker. Subodh Bhatti has been in good form with the ball. Now, though, probably just wants to get Chigumbura on strike. Change of the pace might be the way forward, Kevin, I think, on this pitch.
Yeah, change of pace, and the length is key. You know, we've seen anytime a spinner or a seamer's gone close to the batter, it's gone for the boundaries. Back of a length is the length.
There was a sound there, but that was just the bat hitting the ground. Strong finish by Anerud. Wicket, ... 179 for 7, 1 over to go. 1 over left off the 15. 179 for 7 is where we stand. Chigumbura on strike. He's already hit a 6. Tissera Pereira to bowl the final over. In the slot. Well fielded by Sheldon Cottrell, who just slips a little bit. Hope he's okay. They're going to come back for 2.
Yeah, good bit of work on the boundary there by the big West Indian. You know, pushed it in, stayed away from the boundary, but I think he just twisted his ankle there on the rope as he just after he saved the ball. You know, as you see here in the replay, good bit of work on the boundary. Just his right foot gave way there on the soft ground. It's on the just behind the rope. He's coming off now. He's hobbling off, and you don't want to see that. You know, big fast bowler. You don't want to see him going off with an injury. But 12th man is on.
Yeah, Manoj Tiwari's on. Well, again, that might have been there to hit for Chigumbura, but there's just a bit of tail in to the right-hander, which deceived him. Would you fancy this, Kev, coming on for your only over, the final over of the 15, with the scores 179?
I wouldn't be putting my hand up at the moment, but obviously TP's just finished a Zim Afro T10.
Yeah, it's hit hard and straight. It's going to be a boundary. That's what they need. That's what Chigumbura needed, just to get him going in his final over.
Yeah, full and straight from Pereira there. Tried to get the Yorker in. Chigumbura saw it. You know, he's not a million miles away from executing that, but quick hands from Chigumbura, strong man, muscled it down the ground for 4. Tough ask for TP, as you said, come in, bowl the last over the innings.
It's full again, he gets underneath this one. That's a really good shot, because that ball was pretty full.
Chigumbura goes again, and I've seen this in the past when we played Zimbabwe, and he's a clean hitter of the ball. Again, not a million miles away from Pereira with that slingy action, but the weight, what a position there from Chigumbura. Braced front leg, getting his way through that, straight out of the middle of the bat.
9 more to 200. Goes across. It's going to be 8 more now to 200 with 2 balls to go. And that would be interesting, wouldn't it? It'd be a psychological blow if you can get up to that score.
Yeah, well, it's a big total at the moment, but as you said, 2 balls left. Chigumbura's on fire here. He wants to finish 6-6. You know, he wants to get the Southern Superstars over 200.
It's only going to be 1. So it looks like they will fall short of 200, barring a no ball or a wide. But still looks a pretty formidable score as it stands. It's up to Subodh Bhatti to try and launch one. Final ball.
Yeah, well bowled there by Tissera Pereira. Just a little back, just out of the side of the hand, little leg cutter into the wicket. Again, we've seen the length is key from the bowling unit. You know, trying to hold that length a little bit further away from the batters. Don't go searching for that Yorker.
Final ball's a good one. It's not a good one for Elton Chigumbura, because he's been absolutely pummeled by the ball. That was hit hard by Bhatti. He had no time to get out of the way. Hopefully he's okay. He's just shaking his right hand. But it is overall a good 15 overs for the Southern Superstars. They've made their highest score in LLC history. So has Martin Guptill. He got them going today early on and then never looked back. 194 for 7 from just 15 overs in this reduced match. Manipal Tigers are going to have to go some to get this, but it ain't over just yet, because this pitch is good and this is a very small playing surface.
Yeah, we've seen the first innings, you know, even though the wicket has been under covers for 5 days, it's a flat wicket, you know, and you look at the Manipal Tigers batting lineup, they'll relish it. But here's Guptill. He was the star of the show. 68 from 29, well supported by De Silva. 26 from 13. Gandhi chipped in 36 off 17 and finished very well from Elton Chigumbura. 20 off 7 balls. He's probably got a sore right hand, but the team will be happy. 194 for 7 off 15 overs. Manipal Tigers have it all to do in the second innings.
Well, what helped the Superstars today is they got a partnership early. Guptill and Goswami, 41 off 24, and then they were away. They knew the pitch was good. They could throw caution to the wind. Guptill and Chaturanga, 72 of 21. That was the main story. But also look at those contributions at the end. 16 off 9, 11 off 6, 28 as well. Gundy doing his thing to get the side up to close to 200. Look at those economy rates. Only one under 10. Harbhajan, the standout, brilliant from him. 2 overs, 3 for 19. Look at Dan Christian's 1 over. That went for 30, the 9th over of the innings. And that was probably the turning point in the match, where the superstars went to the next level in this innings. It all means Manipal Tigers need 195 runs to get their first win of the K-Rasa Legends League. This is going to be a really interesting run chase. Don't move a muscle.
to the Labai Contractor Stadium for match 11 in the K Rasa Legends League. The Manipal Tigers, defending champions, taking on top of the table Southern Superstars, and it has been absolute carnage out there in the middle from the Southern Superstars with the bat. The man leading the charge was that man on your screens, Martin Guptill. He even sent one through our commentary window, striking over 234, and it really was hitting like you wouldn't believe. And he sort of went from ball one. It started off just hitting fours, and he was very happy with this. The strike rate at this point sort of about 150, and then he started to go aerial, and to go aerial he really did. And he made his way to 50 with back-to-back sixes. And then the third of those went straight back over the bowler's head, straight through our commentary window, and it was carnage. That partnership, 72 off 29 between Guptill and De Silva, really made the difference, put a huge dent in the hopes of the Manipal Tigers, who are going to have a really big chase on their hands here. They put up 194 for 7, and a difficult day for the bowlers. The man on your screens, well, we know what a game he can change. Harbhajan Singh, the captain, picking up 3. He came on, it took him just 2 balls to break that partnership, picking up 2 wickets in his first over. And in the end, 7 wickets went down. This was the first. Srivats Goswami, well taken in the end. It had some spice on it. This one, Hamilton Mazakadza just didn't get a hold of it. Down the throat of the fielder at mid-on. This one, Harbhajan came on, made the difference. Just a nod, and that was the end of the Martin Guptill fireworks. And, well, we know what he can do, make a difference there. This one just swinging across the line, again, down the throat of the fielder. And that was the end of Negi. And another one just out on the boundary. They're all caught just on that boundary. The third one for Harbhajan Singh there, and then just spliced up in the air, easily taken inside the ring by the captain, who, well, he had a pretty good day out of it in the end. One of the bowlers had to, because a lot of them were very, very expensive. So the Manipal Tigers, they need 195 runs to win. They've got 90 balls to do it, because obviously we're playing 15 overs aside in this rain-reduced match, but they've got out there and we've seen some exciting stuff already. So they've waited a long time, the fans here in Surat, and they've been treated to fireworks. And I'm happy to say I'm joined by Ross Taylor alongside me. I mean, what a knock that was from your countryman.
Yeah, I mean, he picked his ball nicely. I thought he paced the innings fantastically well. Hit both sides of the wicket, but I think it's that one over of Dan Christian that went for 30, equal highest runs in an over in IL T20 history. But we've got a game on our hands here. I think, you know, they're going to have to use this first 5 overs. Robin Utapa only had 1 inning so far in this tournament, hasn't got off the mark. But if Manipal Tigers are going to have to get anywhere near this total, they're going to need a good start, not only from him, but the rest of the batters.
Well, if they can chase this down, it'll be the 3rd highest chase in LLC history. Obviously, the final was here last year. It was in the 180s, and it was chased down on this ground. But this is very difficult, because obviously it's been a long time since these batters got out there in the middle. You can play in the nets as much as you like, and you can drink as much coffee and sleep as much as you want to, but nothing is quite like match play.
Very much so, and I think if there's anything that the Southern Superstars have up their sleeve, is I've seen how to bowl on this wicket. I think you saw how well Harbhajan bowled, how he changed his pace. The slower balls didn't really grip that much for the paceman, but you know, they'll still need to get early wickets. Obviously, Abdul Razak coming in, it's going to play a key part as the impact player. With that man on his screen, a lot of experience. Robin Utapa.
And captaining the side, Srivats Goswami lost the toss, but actually, I don't think it's gone too badly for him. He did say, actually, at the toss, they would have had a field first, but they were very happy-looking side at the moment, and he'll be feeling pretty confident after that knock from his team.
Oh, very much so. I think if you were to be any of the teams, runs on the board, I think it was still a long way to go, but
So there's that signal from the umpire, the impact player. So out goes Hamilton Masakadze. Didn't quite fire today like they might have hoped, just the one run to his name. So he goes out and has a seat, and in comes Abdur Razak. And as you say, he's going to be very important in keeping them quiet in this chase.
Hamilton Masakadze, he can play till he's 50 at the moment. Now Saurabh Tiwari's come on. Sheldon Cottrell's gone.
Yeah, well, we saw Cottrell as well. Had a little altercation with the boundary rope. Fell over that one a little bit on his ankle, but he's gone out, the bowler. He's quite expensive today. Tiwari coming in up the top. Well, he's put down, first ball. That would have been quite some start for the superstars. Negi just couldn't keep hold of it.
Robert Utapa just using the pace. Oh, a great hand. If anything, that saved 3 runs there, Papoa Negi. Backward point. That would have been an absolute specky.
And he looks disappointed. He looks in pain a little bit as well there. And what's always sad is that actually goes down as a drop. But if he had taken it, as you say, it would have been a specky.
Oh, I think that's hurt. That's definitely hurt his hand.
Shorter this time. Can't get it through the ring, and every dot ball is going to make it that little bit more difficult. And that first one, that we thought it had 4 written all over it when it came off the bat, came with quite some power. He can hit a big ball. And, I mean, I wouldn't be putting my hand in the way of it.
Well, I mean, when you're chasing 13 and over, there's only one way to go about it. But, you know, if there's one thing that the Southern Superstars, they were only 51 for 1 after that first 5 overs. So, you know, having wickets in hand, small boundaries, you can make the most of that last 5 or 6 overs.
Signal wide there by the umpire. Goes short, trying to do something different there. Hamid Hassan, the head-banded warrior, just missing that one a little bit. Dries his hands. And batting there at the other end, Robbie Utapa, the right-hander, 291 matches, 7,272 runs, and a healthy strike rate, 133. So you wouldn't mind having him opening up the top. He's going to need to strike somewhere around that if they're to chase this. And straight to the fielder. Well, that is the first wicket down, and they strike straight away in the first over.
Definitely not his best ball, but the impact player, Saurabh Tiwari. A nice easy catch. At cover, yeah, I knew there was the bowler's face. He knows he got away with one there. Not the start that Monopole Tigers would have liked. Saurabh Tiwari goes without troubling the scorers.
So Amit Verma comes out to the middle. The first wicket already gone down for the defending champions in this chase. And what a chase it's going to have to be. The left-hander, 52 matches, 747 runs, and a strike rate 115. So already 2 for 1, that first wicket to go down. And they need 193, and they've got 87 balls in which to do it. And that's up in the air. This could be 2 in 2, and it very much is 2 in 2. A nightmare start for the Tigers in this chase. I was going to have to take something special, and the superstars can do no wrong today.
2-2 ball. Hamid, just that extra bit of pace. Nice, easy catch in mid-off. Definitely not the start that Monopole Tigers would have liked. But the big Afghani hits the deck hard and gets the results.
और इसके साथ मणिपाल टाइगर्स की दूसरी विकेट लेती हुई स्कोर 2 रन 2 विकेट के नुकसान पर।
Not the start the Manipal Tigers would have wanted in this chase. 2 for 2, and they're trying to hunt down the highest 194 that was put up by the Superstars. Well, we have never yet seen a hat-trick in the Legends League, and that man out in the middle, Hamid, is on a hat-trick. Amit facing up, and it's sprayed down the leg side, beats Goswami's outstretched left arm, and not quite the dream hat-trick ball. But the Manipal Tigers will take runs wherever they can.
Oh, very much so. To say that he tried hard was probably an understatement, but Tawari goes to a wide one, and Hamid just hitting the deck hard. Getting onto him just that touch quicker than he thought. But Angelo Pereira, he's going to have to get a start and go on here.
Has he got something on that? Is it 3 in the over? The Superstars are desperately appealing. They all think he's got something on that. And the umpire completely unmoved.
Ooh. Yeah, just flicked the back of his shirt. Definitely a great call. He did look a little bit guilty there, but that the Southern Superstars were convinced.
Sent back, wisely so. And actually, if they'd both been looking there was probably a chance of taking the overthrow, but well, it all happened in that first over. Manipal Tigers 7 for 2. An eventful first over, 7 runs and 2 wickets coming from it. At one point on a hat-trick there, Hamid, and just the nightmare for the Manipal Tigers in the first over of this chase. They still need 188 runs, and they've only got 84 balls in which to do it. So that is going to take quite some going. And Abdul Razak brought in as the impact player, the left-arm orthodox. 90 matches, 99 wickets, and that economy just under 7. And we said it's been a difficult day to be a bowler, but you'd feel much happier being a bowler defending 194 with 2 wickets already down. So Razak from the South Pavilion end, just trying to give himself room there, Uthappa, and remember, every dot ball is going to make it even more difficult. Gives himself room this time, and again, well, that's a shame really, the misfield, because that was going to be 2 dots in the row, but they need to try and capitalize on this. Any fielding mistake, any opportunity
It's definitely what Razak needed, but he's been a form bowler in this campaign so far, Abdul Razak. And how much of them playing 3 games, playing their 4th game ahead of Monopole Tigers? Just that momentum, the game.
And again, can't get it through that infield. Well, what excitement we've seen today in the K Rasa Legends League. Remember, 15 overs aside this match, reduced by the rain. Really excellent work by the ground staff, because these teams want to get their hands on that big, shiny trophy. The Manipal Tigers have had it in their grips since season 2, and the Superstars currently sitting top of the table, and they'll have their eye on it as well. That's well bowled. They don't mind them taking singles, because singles aren't going to get you 187 runs and 81 balls.
No, someone's going to have to put the foot down. Obviously not the start that they wanted, losing 2 early wickets. But when you're chasing close on 14 runs and over, someone's just going to have to pull the trigger and give it a good crack.
He's tried to give this a good crack, and it's just over the head of mid-on, and they finally pick up a boundary off the bat.
Now, is that what Robert Utapa did? Just to break the shackle slightly short, sat in the wicket, used his feet nicely, and there's a little thought there, he might have not got enough and hitting it straight down mid-on stroke. A couple of bounces into the fence.
This time he picks up 6, so Robbie Utapa has decided to try and take this by the scruff of the neck, and finally runs flowing. 2 overs gone, 19 for 2.
के बाद मणिपाल टाइगर्स का स्कोर 19 रन 2 विकेट के नुकसान पर they're chasing 195 in match number 11 at the K Rasa Legends League season 3.
Overs gone, 19 on the board, but the 2 wickets fell in that very first over, and unsurprisingly, we're not going to be having a change in bowling. Picked up 2 wickets in his first over, was on a hat-trick even at one point, and Hamid 2 for 7 in his first. Shorter this time, helped on its way, and Pereira is now joining the boundary hitting party.
There's anything he's done today, he's just slightly slide down the leg side, just that extra bit of pace. Hamid sliding onto Andrew Pereira's middle of the bat. That extra pace has nearly gone all the way to the boundary for 6.
Yeah, not big boundaries out there today. They were peppered by Martin Guptill earlier on. And so the Manipal Tigers know that the runs are out there, and if you can find it, you just get it over that fielder, out of the ring, still inside this 5-over power play. Shorter this time, fielder comes in, takes the catch, 3 gone. De Silva, easy as you like, and Hamid has his 3rd.
Hamid gets his 3rd, a big wicket, as Pereira's just starting to get a bit of momentum. They just put the man back. And De Silva takes a fantastic catch running in, making it look easy. Look at that celebration. You know what it means. Are they going to make it 4 from 4 here? Southern Superstars are definitely on the way.
is looking ever more difficult for the defending champions, the Manipal Tigers. 172 needed off 76 balls. Yes, Robbie Uthappa still out there, 12 from 5, but he's sitting watching from the non-strikers at the moment. Gunaratne comes out to the middle after the wicket of Pereira. 92 matches, 1,683 runs, a strike rate 118.6. And that's good full Yorker there from Hamid.
We talked about, teams wanting to take early wickets, but making the most of it. Manipal Tigers, I mean, it looks a long, long way away. But after hitting one bounce four, the ball before just climbed on him. Just makes it look easy. I mean, short run up, hitting the deck nice and hard. De Silva does the rest.
That's just gone straight through. A little bit of extra pace there from Hamid. He's steaming in. I think he's being powered by those 3 wickets and that super yellow headband. Yeah, it was well taken in the end by De Silva. High fives all around. And I think that's what you would call swinging like a rusty gate.
Just rolled his fingers on that, just holding in there, just showing all his class here, Hamid. Now I wonder if just rolls his finger off it a little bit too early there by Robin Uthappa. But now, where is Goswami going to bowl him another one? Three overs and a 5-over power play.
So Uthappa back on strike, and he needs to find a boundary here. Just 5 coming from this over and the wicket. That's a glorious shot. He picks up 4 off the final ball, all power along the ground, no danger there. And that's what they needed to finish off this over. 3 overs gone, 28 for 3.
3 overs gone then, the Manipal Tigers are 28 for 3, chasing 195.
And going, got themselves up to 194 for 7. Lost a few wickets later on, but didn't really slow the run scoring. Struck on the pad. Is it going down leg? Oh, they just always feel like something is happening. You can tell that behind the stumps, Shrivats Goswami is really involved in this. And he thinks everything is something. Slog sweep. Well, that's magnificent. 1 bounce 4.
Just what the doctor ordered. Uthappa needing a little bit of help. Gunaratne got the length that he wanted, hit up on it over square leg. Gets a little bit higher on the bat than he would have expected, but we talked about these boundaries all day, and that's nearly gone all the way.
Yeah, appreciated by the men in black and orange in that Manipal Tigers dugout. Gonna need just a few more of these, and if that had gone a couple of yards further, he can pick up 6, which is really what they need to start finding these maximums. Just the 1-6 so far in this chase. Goes aerial this time. Has he got a hold of it? Martin Guptill coming round, can't quite get there. And it doesn't even make the boundary in the end.
2 years ago, Guptill would have got that. They just brought up mid-off. All right, nah, maybe he batted too long. The old Guptill would have got that.
You can tell him that, not me. This time just kept back in his crease. But it just seemed to have so much on it, that previous delivery. It didn't quite go the distance and then sort of plugged, and even Guptill looked a bit confused.
Yeah, it's almost like a little pitching wedge coming in there, but I think it was the height. Probably still a bit of a heavy outfield pitched. A big shot for one.
Goes reverse this time, and he picks up 6, hard, flat and long.
Fantastic shot there, reverse sweep all the way. Gunaratne, 12 off 5.
So with that 6, already 12 off this over, and that's just what they needed. So at this point, the Superstars are 41 for 1, and they have lost more wickets, the Tigers, but 40 for 3. So if these two can just stay out there in the middle and build a partnership, start finding those boundaries, they're not actually that far behind on the run scoring. And that closes out the 4th over. The Manipal Tigers 41 for 3. So 4 overs gone, Manipal Tigers 41 for 3. And look at that lovely shot over Surat. Not in the rain today. The lights are on, and well, everyone's home at the moment in the Manipal Tigers Southern Superstars, and anyone at home will really want to be getting out of those cars, get home as fast as you can and watch the show, because we've seen some real fireworks. And if you're not in the ground, because there are quite a few in now tonight, well, you're missing out, and you can watch from home. Change of bowler, and welcome to the party. You're going to get hit for 6, very first ball.
Welcome. As just what the doctor ordered. Nice little loosener along the wicket into the middle of the bat. Just nice little drop kick.
So Monu has been brought on to replace Hamid. We were wondering whether he would bowl his 3 straight on the trot, and they've decided against it. This is the last over of the power play. Obviously 5 overs in the power play today with this 15 over a side match. So there has been a change of bowling. So he still has an over up his sleeve. Monu Kumar. This time finds the gap on the offside, and that brings up the 50 for the Manipal Tigers.
This time giving himself room, heading over the offside, just a little bit along the wicket. It's a nice pace wicket. Gunaratne has taken a lot of pressure off Robin Utapa here. They need to make the most of these first 5 overs, and after 4.2 are on the same score as Southern Superstars were after their 5.
So Gunaratne 22 from 8. He's striking at 275 at the moment, and that puts almost Martin Guptill to shame today. So 6 and 4 to start this over. He's done him completely there. Really done him. That's a marvelous delivery.
Fantastic use of the wrist, just heading up on a reverse sweep, went early. I only dream of playing those type of shots.
So 3 to come in this oval. The Manipal Tigers are on the charge here. They're up there with the run rate. Yes, they've lost more wickets, but if these two can stay in there in the middle, we could be on for quite something. And that's chipped up in the air, and that's gone very high. It's coming down with snow on it. Martin Guptill sets himself, can do no wrong today, and he takes the catch, and that breaks the partnership, and Gunaratne's cameo comes to an end.
His last two balls have been fantastic, Manu. Just held on the wicket enough. Just held in there, a little bit through his shot. Nice high hands. Guptill makes the most of that strategic timeout. 51 for 4. 22 off 10 for Gunaratne.
So with that, there's their 4th wicket down for the Tigers, and it's going to be time for a strategic timeout. Come together, have a chat, get some drinks for 2.5 minutes.
अपने पार्टनर्स दूर से शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहेगा टाइगर स्पॉन्सर Kirasa, the official mobile game partner Dream Cricket 24, the official partner 1xBat, official partner Amar Ujala, the official broadcast partner Star Sports, official digital streaming partner PanCode, exclusive ticketing partner Paytm Insider, our official radio partner Radio City, Surat touring partner Nexa Water, and Surat medical partner Shalby Multi-Speciality Hospital.
So 194 for 7 put up in their 15 overs. The Southern Superstars guided expertly by the opener Martin Guptill, 68 from 29, and then he was the man who just took the catch to send down the 4th wicket for the Manipal Tigers. Gunaratne, it was an exciting cameo, 22 off 10, but he's gone out there still in the middle. Robbie Uthappa, an unbeaten 17 off 9. He's now been joined by Dan Christian, who actually needs to score some runs because he went for quite a few with the ball in hand. Martin Guptill had his number today, and he sprayed him to all parts. So that's what he needs to dish out himself with bat in hand. And he's up and running, and he picks up 4 off his first delivery.
That's a fantastic start there from Dan Christian. Just a little bit of width. Unfortunately, when you're chasing it, close to 14 runs and over, you can't have too many siders, but that's a fantastic shot. Batting on leg stump, hitting on top of the bounce. As you said, he went for a few, but he started off well. If anyone can win it from here, Dan Christian is the man who could get that strike rate and get Manipal Tigers to a competitive, into that position where hopefully they can take this game deep.
That's completely beaten everything, that one. It's so expensive to start off the over, finishes it with the dot and picks up the wicket in there. So 5 overs gone, power play done. Manipal Tigers 55 for 4.
5 over के बाद Manipal Tigers का score 55 for 4.
going at a good run rate. But they've lost 4 wickets, Manipal Tigers, and that is the issue. Power play is now done. Robbie Uthappa, much rests on his shoulders. 17 off 9. Abdur Razak has 1 more over. Oh, thick edge, taken. Robbie Uthappa will play no more part in this match. And the Tigers are being tamed here.
Razak doing what Razak does. Fantastic catch there at short third man. But Razak just coming in. Elton Chukwumbura makes it look easy. Anytime Manipal Tigers just get a little partnership together, they just seem to lose their momentum. Robin Uthappa, 17 off 10 deliveries, 55 for 5.
Manipal Tigers are well behind the 8 ball here as they try to chase down 194. Urbus Pina in. He's got a lot of power, Urbus. They're going to need it from him and also from the likes of Dan Christian and Tissera Pereira. There is still power in this lineup, but 5 wickets down now. Not much to play with. Oh, that's close. Maybe just going down. Leg, no! Given out. I must say, at first glance, I thought it might have been sliding down. The umpire disagreed, and it's his opinion that matters.
With just an initial thought, I thought it was sliding down, and even the appeal from Razak and Goswami was more of a half-hearted appeal. Razak close to the stump, skids on. I'll let you decide. But momentum is shifting. Urbus Pina goes for a duck off 2 balls, 55 for 6 off 5.3 overs.
Manipal Tigers 55 for 6 और नए बल्लेबाज हैं Tissera Pereira.
Tissera Pereira, the new batter. Nothing going right for Manipal Tigers at the moment, including perhaps the umpiring decisions. Tissera could represent the last hope alongside Dan Christian. Ball spinning into him. Might fancy taking on Abdur Razak. He does! Classic Tissera Pereira, straight into his work.
He doesn't need a second invitation. Dot tossed up by Razak. In the arc, TP goes downtown. It's probably the last recognised batsman, these two. Still a long way to go. But when TP's in there, anything is possible.
Well, that's his shot, isn't it? The slog sweep. You want to stay away from it as a bowler. 61 for 6.
छह ओवर के बाद 61 for 6 मणिपाल टाइगर्स को चाहिए 134 रन और बचे हुए 9 ओवर यानी 54 बॉल्स पर। अभी तो हम देख लो
It's a tall order from here for Manipal Tigers. Need 134 runs from 54 deliveries. Required rate just keeps creeping up towards 15 now. Need a big over from somewhere, and when I mean big, I mean around about 20. Good start by Monu Kumar. Let's have a look at the first 3 wickets taken by Hamid Hassan with real pace, which is why we are where we are. Saurabh Tiwari first to go, impact plan, first ball, the number 3, and then picked out the man, Angelo Pereira, all because of the pace and bounce. Really good stuff. Took out Angelo Pereira, Verma and Saurabh Tiwari in quick succession. 3 for 16 from 2 overs. Could be match turning that. Oh, he's hit that. Monu Kumar thought for a moment it might have snuck into the pad, but he's middled that onto his pad. Looks quite tricky, Monu Kumar, with his changes of pace. He's already picked up a wicket. That was Gunaratne. This was a big wicket. Good take by Elton Chigumbura. Razak snaring Uthappa. And then, now maybe Urbis Pina has been unlucky there. I think that was sliding down the leg side from Razak. 2 in the over for him. Manipal Tigers in tatters at the moment. 63 for 6. Change of pace, but it's picked by Christian. That goes all the way. Muscled over cover.
A fantastic shot there from Dan Christian. Just sliding it out wide, rolling his fingers on it. Dan Christian just having to wait on it just that little bit. But he showed his power there. And Manipal Tigers are going to need a little bit more, a few more of those. They're going to be competitive in this game.
It's hit hard again, but straight to the fielder. Christian looked pretty good against the Connacht Surya's, Ross's team in the first game. Good partnership with Urbis Pina on a tough pitch to bat on, almost got them over the line. This one, much better from a batting point of view, although you wouldn't know that looking at the scorecard, 70 for 6. But that's because they've been trying to go for it and try and chase down a big, big score. In the slot and in the gap, just boundary for Tisera Pereira. So this is a good over. 13 from the first 5 balls.
As Pereira joins in, doesn't quite hit it out of the middle, but gaps it well into mid-wicket.
Oh, can they finish this over with a flourish as well? Another boundary would do nicely here for Manipal. Just something to get them excited, to get them to hold on to. Full toss, high and handsome. That's the finish. It's 80 for 6.
सात ओवर के बाद मणिपाल टाइगर्स का स्कोर 82 रन 6 विकेट के नुकसान पर यानी चाहिए बचे 8 ओवर में 115 रन।
19 off the previous over, has just turned the orange worm up slightly. They needed to keep going in that direction because the blue worm went consistently up at this point. Still going to be a big challenge from here. But will that 7th over just give some momentum to Dan Christian and Tissera Pereira? Both have started really well here. Strike rates of 240 and 283 for Tissera respectively. It's time to go to Subodh Bhatti, who's had a good tournament so far. Found quite a bit of in-swing at times. His first ball today is a slower ball, which is well bowled. I don't think Dan Christian was expecting that. But I'll tell you what, Kevin, who's come in for Ross, I don't think Manipala are out of this just yet, and that last over showed that.
Yeah, there's a little bit of life left in them. You know, you've got Dan Christian, a hugely experienced, classy player, and then you've got the brute power of Tissera Pereira at the other end.
That's hit really hard, brutally hard. It goes right through extra cover. I wouldn't have fancied being in the way of that, to be honest.
Yeah, we saw this in game 1 from Christian. Used his feet very well against ourselves, the Konark Suryas Odisha in game 1, and he's done it again here. He's getting momentum into the ball, and he's met that beautifully with the middle of the bat. Fielder could have done a little bit better at extra cover there, but the sheer power off the bat was exceptional. And yeah, as you said, there's a little bit of life left in the Tigers here. If these two can continue with this momentum that they've wrestled back initially.
It's a full toss dispatched. It's a good period this for Manipal. 2 fours in the over already.
Yeah, went full and straight, just over pitched it slightly, and the power and the bat speed from Christian opened that front leg beautifully and pierced the gap. And as we've said all day, it's not the biggest ground in the world. You know, you beat the deep man by 5 or 10 yards and it races away to the boundary. The Tigers just got to keep going here. They've just got to keep trying to hit as many boundaries as they can per over.
Slower ball. This time can't quite beat cover. If he had, that was another boundary. That's what you got to tell yourself as a batting side here. It may seem quite daunting on paper. Required run rate still just below 15, around 14.5, but the boundaries are so small and the pitch is good.
Pitch is very good. Best we've seen obviously so far in LLC 3. As we saw last year in Surat, the finals were held here and the scores, as you said, were 240 par.
It's a low full toss, but he's done well, Christian, and he's got another boundary. This time he just opened the face and guided that behind square.
Game on, I think. The momentum's changed now in the last 10 or 12 balls. The Tigers have you know, they're putting the bowlers under pressure now. Christian 3 boundaries this over. Pereira finished the last over with a 6. Again, using his feet, a little shuffle down the wicket to meet the ball on the full toss. Hard luck from the bowler. He went for the straight Yorker again. Wasn't a million miles away from executing it perfectly, but the margin for error on this wicket and this ground is very small. Again, who'd be a bowler? I'm glad I've given up my bowling boots.
Into the pitch. Might be 4 more. It is! So quick on the cut there. Picked up the length. 4 fours in the over. 96 for 6.
It's the Dan Christian of Tissera Pereira.
The fans that are in are enjoying themselves. They have waited a long time for this tournament to get going here, and they've been rewarded for their patience. Got a booming great sound system in here. It's brilliant. Really party vibes out there. Might have to get in there myself on the way down to the presentation.
The kids are loving it there, aren't they? They got the dance moves out, and here's the partnership. This is a crucial one for Tigers. You know, it's probably up to these two. 41 off 15, Dan Christian and Tishara Pera, and Jessel Karaya on the off spinner.
Jessel Karaya's in, starts with a, well, big wide. That is the 7th of this innings. Tosses up. That's a great shot. Kept his shape perfectly, Tissera Pereira, and he just went with the spin to bring up the 100.
Yes, a little bit slower from the bowler and wider, but again, the length was full in the arc. Tishara Pereira is not going to miss out on them. As good a ball striker in world cricket when he was in his prime. The big man from Sri Lanka is certainly not holding back here. And if you look at this stage, Tigers are ahead, 103 for 6.
Response is to drag it into the pitch, and he's going to get away with just a single. Probably won't be too disappointed with that, with Tissera in that mood, although Dan Christian, he's looking pretty tasty as well. 28 off 11. He took Bhatti for 4 boundaries in his first over, all through the offside. That was actually quite a tough shot, almost a Yorker, and that was a bit of a freebie at the end, short delivery, which he cut behind square. Might have to rethink his tactics in the next over. Bhatti to Christian. Let's change the field slightly here. So now 2 fielders behind square on the offside and a cover point. And that's where he's bowled in that area. It's crushed for 4 through cover. 50 partnership. Are these ominous signs now for the Southern superstars?
Timing and power from Christian. What a shot. Not a bad ball from Karaya, the bowler. Just a little into the wicket. Christian's just literally held his shape there and absolutely powered that past the deep extra cover fielder. We're nearly 12 and over required. You know, the Tigers are back in this game now. If they can continue this momentum for another 2 overs or so, Hamid Hassan might have to come back on, I feel.
He's so strong through that area. That's raced away. Dan Christian at the moment is putting on a clinic through the offside.
Again, that gap again. The bowlers and skipper have got to come up with a plan here. Maybe try an unorthodox field or something to try and restrict these boundaries. Maybe bring deep backward square in and put another man on the offside boundary. But at the moment, Christian's piercing the field. They move one fielder to his left, he hits it to the right. He move him back to his right, he hits it to his left. He's playing with the captain here, Christian. Phenomenal striking from the Tigers, man. 36 off 13 balls.
That's it! Now he's miscued. Chance! Taken eventually by Hamid Hassan. It bobbled out, didn't it? Dan Christian is living with himself because that delivery was there to hit. Big moment.
Yeah, it's the first one he's mistimed. It was in the slot. He'll feel very aggrieved that he hasn't hit this for the maximum. He knew the minute he hit it. He didn't quite get it. And Hamid Hassan, a little bobble. Oh, 3rd time lucky for the Afghanistan speedster. He's holding that ball close to his chest. Christian's gone for magnificent innings. I think the Tigers game is up 112 for 7.
प्लीज भूलिएगा मत कि टिकट्स लेना पेटीएम से टिकट्स अवेलेबल है इनसाइडर डॉट लिंक पर और इसी स्टेडियम में है लेजेंड्स लीग का बॉक्स ऑफिस जहां से आप कल की यानी सूरत में आखिरी मुकाबले की टिकट्स ले सकते हैं इनसाइडर डॉट लिंक पेटीएम एंड द बॉक्स ऑफिस ऑफ द Terasa Legends League.
Christian, Tissera partnership has been broken finally by the Southern superstars. There'll be a lot of relief around the men in blue because of that. Anurjeet Singh is in. We're into the bowlers now. Although Budgie's still to come. We all know what Harbhajan can do with the bat. Anurjeet's stats, only 282 runs in 71 games, so he hasn't batted too much. His job will be to get Tissera on strike, but he's nicked the strike because he's taken a single off the last ball of the over. 113 for 7. To 13.67 and over. Be one of the all-time greatest comebacks, this, if they can do it.
Yeah, they're second favourites at the moment, I think. If I'm a betting man, I wouldn't be placing my money on the Manipal Tigers, but you never know. Cricket's a funny game. You know, we've seen some crazy things over the years. The game's not over till it's over.
What's Anurjeet thinking here? Is he thinking 6, or is he thinking, I'm just going to dab this and get a 1 somewhere?
Well, I think he's got to get TP on strike. 24 off 8 balls at the other end. Your last hope. You've got to give him of the final 36 balls. He's got to try and face 25 of these.
That's a brilliant delivery. Perfect wide Yorker. That was what he was trying to hit against Dan Christian. Couldn't quite nail it. He did there.
Yeah, as we look at the wicket here, Christian, the bat just slices and twists in his hand slightly. That little kid is happy. But Christian knew the minute he hit it, it wasn't going to go for a mark. It wasn't going to clear Hamid Hassan at the boundary. He nearly dropped it, Hamid, holding on to it there, and that little kid is happy.
Again, 2 in a row. Subodh Bharti doing his job here. That required rate going up and up with every dot ball. Martin Guptill certainly hit his stride today, didn't he? What a fantastic knock that was. He rolled back the years. Beautiful back foot punch. First boundary, flick of the wrist. Such a good sweeper of the ball, both along the ground and up in the air. Slower delivery. It's carved through the offside for 4.
Great shot from Anurjeet. Kitchen sink out a slower ball from the bowler. Just didn't execute that Yorker again, but in the slot, Anurjeet's put it away past deep long off. Mark Guptill's birthday, I think, a couple of days ago. So, yeah, belated and late birthday present for him. A fantastic innings earlier on. Really set the game up for the Southern Stars.
Same area, but this time Guptill, that long off, can get around, cut off the boundary. Took him a while to get going in this tournament. 68 off 29 today, though. He was in full flow. He's such a clean striker of the ball when he gets going, and he hits the ball hard. People don't realise that, but when you come and watch him live, the ball just pings off his bat, whether it's along the ground or when he goes up for a big slog sweep.
Yeah, there's a real pop off the bat tonight, and played all around the ground. You know, we saw the sweep over square leg. We saw the pull shot over deep in the wicket. You know, lovely back foot drives past the forward point early on in the power play. Lovely cover drives. Great player when he gets going. Is one of New Zealand's finest white ball players. You know, he's at the top of the order. Really set the tone for New Zealand over his career, and he's done it again tonight. So, you know, put his team in a very, very positive position. after the first innings.
That's going to be 4 runs for Tissera Pereira. Bit of a freebie. Bhatti trying to nail the wide Yorker again. This time it was a nice, juicy full toss, and he tucked in obligingly.
Yeah, a lot of people, this will be the tactic to Tissera Pereira, to try and stay away from his hitting zone. Something he's worked on in the last kind of 18 months or so is accessing that ball over extra cover. You know, and we've seen tonight that's extremely well timed. Clearing extra cover well for 4. Now, there's only 1 ball left in the over. If I'm Tissera Pereira, I'm just blocking it for a single to get the strike next over.
Will he take your advice, Kevin? Let's see. Slow ball. He'll have to bowl it again. So this could work out nicely. Now he can take the 1, and you've effectively got 2 off the last ball rather than 1.
Good skills again. Look like slower ball, but execute it into the Yorker zone. But just a little bit too wide of the wide line and signal the wide. So we'd have to do that all over again. Bhatti, he's come back well after his first over. You know, he's executed 2 or 3 good Yorkers here at the start of the over to Anurith. You know, he just needs to finish out the over. It's important you start the over well in T20 or T15 tonight. You've really got to execute it at the back end of the over. Finish the over as well as you started.
Was going to go around the wicket, then he changed his mind, went back to over. While that man is at the crease, I don't think that the superstars will be fully relaxed. They'll want to get Tissera out of there, because if it gets to the point where required rate is 13-14 with 2 overs to go, they'll be worried if he is there. Get the 1. So he's going to keep the strike. That's what the Tigers wanted. 1-2-4 for 7. And the good news for the Tigers is they get to have a chin wag and discuss where they're going to go from here. How are they going to get these 71 runs? Captain Robin Singh, sorry, Coach Robin Singh, heading out to have a word with his troops. It's time for a strategic timeout.
Strategic timeout now. Kirasa Legends League Cricket would like to thank all its partners. Our title sponsor in Kirasa, the official mobile game partner Dream Cricket 24, official partner 1x Snap, official partner Amar Ujala, the official broadcast partner Star Sports, official digital streaming partner FanCode, exclusive ticketing partner ATN Insider, official radio partners Radio City, Surat Pouring partner Nexa Water, and Surat medical partner Shalki Multi-Speciality Hospital. सूरत कलब के शहर में आखिरी मुकाबला, आखिरी जंगा, हैशटैग आखिरी बॉक्स लोगों का गेम। भूलिएगा मत, टिकट्स मिलेंगी इसी स्टेडियम के बॉक्स ऑफिस पर, और टिकट्स मिलेंगी आपको insider.in और पेटीएम पर।
So 70 71 needed off the final 5 overs in this 15-over-a-side match. The Superstars put up a mammoth 194 for 7. At the moment, the Manipal Tigers 124 for 7, but Thisara is still out there, 29 from 10. So he's striking it well and striking it nicely, and he's going to have to continue in the same vein because they need 71 off 30. And you do wonder what those discussions might have been during that timeout. For the Superstars, it'd be just get this wicket of Thisara, because he is the man that holds the key to this chase at the moment. He's swinging hard, he's swinging big, and he's getting a hold of it, sending it into the crowd, all directions, 2 4s, 3 6s, striking at 290. And just getting the bowlers losing their line a little bit, getting in their heads, but he is the key. If they can get rid of him, they will start to breathe a little easier. The Southern Superstars sitting top of the table, taking on the defending champions Manipal Tigers, who obviously this is only their second match so far in this year's K-Rasa Legends League. Played the first match and it was an absolute nail-biter, and this time they've been part of a blockbuster fireworks show. And now they just got to see how close they can get. Can they get there? They've got 5 overs to score 71 runs. Doesn't quite get a hold of it. And Hamid comes around and cleans up. So just 1 to start off the over following that strategic timeout.
Yeah, important for Anarit to try and get the strike back to Thisara. Every ball, you know, just dink it into the leg side for 1. There's plenty of gaps out there. Similar positions after 10.1 overs here, but obviously Manipal Tigers 7 down compared to Southern Superstars, only 4 at the time. But, you know, as we've seen, if Thisara can continue to bat here for the rest of the innings, you know, the Tigers have a chance.
Moves back in his crease that time and actually can't time it, and it'll be a dot ball, having to scamper back into his crease. You can see Thisara, he's desperate to get down and get on strike.
Yeah, he's just telling him, just dink it into mid-wicket for 1. It's important that Thisara Pereira faces the majority of these last 5 overs to give the Tigers any chance of winning.
This time, lets go of his bat, and actually it's going to race for 4, so they're not pretty runs, but there's still 4 of them.
Yeah, huge outside edge. You're going to swing hard. Anarit's got a big thick edge on that. Past the keeper for 4. Superstars won't mind this. It keeps Anarit on strike, keeps Pereira at the non-striker's end. Karaya will be confident that he can get another, potentially maybe another couple of dots at Anarit in the rest of this over.
Just shuffles away for a moment while dries his hands. 66 now needed off 27. And Thisara still out there, 30 from 11. And that's a nervous-looking captain, if you ask me. He picked up 3 wickets himself. He really slowed down that Superstar scoring. Full toss, not got a hold of it. Fielder comes in off the boundary, takes the catch. Anarit goes. De Silva has another catch. And that is 8 wickets down now for the Manipal Tigers.
Yeah, no timing at all from Anarit. Knee-high full toss from Karaya. High up on the bat. Straight to deep mid-wicket. Very, very, very comfortable catch. Taken 5 or 10 yards off the boundary. Tipped his cap. Trademark celebration. And kisses his fingers and points to the sky. Anarit goes. Manipal Tigers nearing the end. 129 for 8.
Captain to the middle. Has a feel for one. Makes him look a little bit awkward. But they will take the run. Wide signalled. This time moves across, and that is quite some strike from the captain. One shot, one maximum.
He makes cricket look very easy. He made it easy with the ball in the first innings, 3 for 19. This comes out to bow with his team in trouble. First ball straight out of the screws into the stands. That's gone 5 or 10 rows back. Absolutely gave the kitchen sink, and with Harbhajan there and Thaisara Pereira at the crease, you just never know. The Tigers won't give up that easy.
The kitchen sink, the washing machine, the washing up brush, he's given it all. Moves across again, this time doesn't quite timing it. But they won't mind that too much because it means Thaisara will be on strike for the beginning. So just ahead on those wiggly worm comparisons there. The Superstars were slowed down a little bit at the end when wickets kept falling, but this has been quite some striking we have seen today. So at this point, the Superstars were 140 for 5, Tigers 136 for 8. So very, very close. And it will be Monu is coming back on to bowl. His 2 overs, he's gone for 33 and picked up the 1 wicket. So Thaisara is still out there in the middle. Harbhajan's had a helmet brought to him. There is not necessarily known for his batting, but this man is an all-roundly incredible cricketer, and he's a big game player, and he's a fighter, and he's out there for his team. Not got a hold of that one. The crowd gave a sort of muted ooh, thinking that he was going to strike it big, but he'll just pick up 1. And this is what brought Harbhajan to the middle. Didn't get a hold of it and just hold out to deep mid-wicket, easy as you like for De Silva, and he just tips the cap.
Yeah, another wicket for Correa there. 2 for 29 off 2. Well executed Yorker there, that first ball from Monu. Brings Harbhajan to the striking end, so 6 off 2. This is a big over now for the Tigers. Obviously, every over is a big over now, needing 58 off 23. But, you know, if Pereira can get back on strike and take advantage here against Monu.
Not timed. They're going to come through for 1 run. Well, interestingly, Hameed still has an over to bowl. So when do you think they turn to him? He's already picked up 3 wickets and he's got another over.
Yeah, I probably would have brought him back on maybe this over to try and kill the game, but Goswami has other ideas. Potentially maybe the next over from this pavilion end. Obviously Hameed bowled his first 2 overs from this end at the start, and as you said, picked up 3 wickets, bowled with some good pace. He's always had that good pace from a short run up, and very strong individual Afghan speedster. So I'd be surprised if Hameed's not bowling the next over. You want to kill this game as quickly as you can from a Stars point of view.
Full toss, no ball, given the treatment.
Clearly a no ball, well over waist high, I'd say. They're checking in as we speak, but first impression was that's well above waist high. And to Pereira, swats it away, and it's gone well over the boundary ropes here as we see it. Yeah, clearly a no ball. Keeps the Tigers in the game here. If Pereira can hit the free hit for 6, you know, all of a sudden we're 13 off 1 ball.
get him in a baseball team playing shots like that. Yeah, and that's Srivatsa Goswami behind the stumps, looking a little bit more worried than they might have felt when they put up 194. Tissara, 37 from 13, free hit. That's well bowled. It's really well bowled.
Great comeback from Manu. Under pressure, Pereira at the crease, striking it well. At a strike rate of 248, and you give him a free hit, and you execute your Yorker, you execute your plans. There's the free hit well above the waist high, and Pereira's done well to hit that 65, 70 meters. He's a big, strong boy, Tissara. He's been doing that for years for Sri Lanka and various franchises around the world. And if he stays at the crease, the Tigers have an outside chance.
.50 now needed from 21. This man is the key. 37 from 14. Full toss again, and that could be even bigger. It's gone very high, and it's taken by none other than Martin Guptill, who is having a day to remember here in Surat.
Safe as houses. The minute that ball went up, Guptill walked underneath the catch, steadied himself, looked at the rope, saw he had plenty of space, and pouched it very, very comfortably. Has always been a fantastic fielder for New Zealand and various teams around the world, and he's plucked that easily enough. Pereira goes with a valiant effort from him here in the replay here. Off the toe end of the bat, a lot of height, not much distance. Guptill steadies himself, takes it fairly comfortably there. Plenty of space behind him. As we're checking the height, that looks okay. Looks okay from here. Pereira's got to go. 37 from 15. Writing's on the wall for the Tigers. 145 for 9.
Nice glasses. I need to be nice. Full and well kept out by Rahul, so he picks up one of his first, and that brings the captain back on strike. But as you say, the writing could very much be on the wall here for the Tigers. 50 now needed off 20. They're going to have to do quite something. 49 off 19, I should say. They're going to have to go big and go hard and do it very quickly. And Rahul Shukla, obviously not necessarily known for his batting, coming in at number 11. 64 matches, 83 runs, and a strike rate of just under 99. Swings, doesn't quite get a hold of it. And again, fielded out there by Martin Guptill at long off. And that's 12 overs gone. The Manipal Tigers, well, they're limping somewhat here. 147 for 9.
Sometimes you like question yourself. I'm like, it's definitely scored one, and it was 146. I'm like, I can do that, but it.
Right, so 3 overs still to come. Manipal Tigers, 147 for 9. So the Superstars need to just take one more wicket. Full and kept out by Harbhajan, but it's not going to be enough. They need to find these boundaries.
Hamid Hassan back on from the pavilion end, looking for his 4th wicket. One of Hamid's strengths throughout his career, as we look back at TP's wicket, Tissara Pereira, he was the last hope for the Tigers. Again, like Dan Christian, the only ball he's missed hit all innings. Falls short, and Guptill takes a comfortable catch. Pereira knew it. Disappointment across his face there. A great innings all the same, and Southern Superstars are happy on the bench.
The appeal, but somewhat mooted. Leg by, signalled by the umpire. Shrivas Goswami not quite sure there. He wants to go for the review.
One of Hamid's strengths throughout his career was his death bowling. You know, he is a great exponent of reverse swing. Got that Yorker in at good pace as we see the replay. I think this was close. Maybe sliding down. Whoa, the bowler in me says that's out. Batter in me says, nah, just missing leg stump, but Hamid was pleading with the umpire. He wants a review.
Full toss, and he's missed out there, and he knows it. Just the signal of the waist there from the umpire.
Yeah, beaten for pace there, Harbhajan.
Vivek Kujlani there, watching on, the founder of LLC, watching season 3 of this K-Rasa Legends League. And what a game he's had to watch today.
It's a nice top on that he has on there, nice colour, nice peach colour top. I think they might be checking this, are they? Or a no ball for height?
That's quite a concentration face. Just waiting to see on this waist height review. It could be very close, this.
Touch and go. He's crouched down a bit. Umpire says it's fine. We continue. Not too far away, though.
He is squatting down somewhat. You can see just how bent that back leg is. So 149 for 9 on the board halfway through the 13th. Again, not timed. And it's been really impressive today by Hamid.
Nearly run out there, Harbhajan. Karaya attacked it, picked it up cleanly and got a powerful throwaway. Harbhajan had given up. I think if this hits, he was miles out. But here's Hamid has hands, 3 wickets today. Wicket caught him mid-off. And the third one again, Pereira. Hook shot out to the fielder, deep square leg. Those first 2 overs from Hamid really rocked the Tigers in the run chase.
Again, along the ground, Martin Guptill comes around, cleans it up, and they're going to think about a second and decide against it. And the crowd are really getting involved here. They know they've been treated to quite some game today.
Crowds in India always get behind good cricket. Here's this run out attempt from Jaisal Karaya. Harbhajan had given up. Given up. He was gone. Didn't even bother stretching out the bat. Karaya is a very, very good fielder. Played with him in the Sri Lanka LCT in March. Strong fielder, strong throw, athletic, quick across the ground.
This time just dug out by Harbhajan. They've got to set off quickly here. And he's just limping a little bit there. And I'm going to call it in the evening. Just hit into the ground and then thinks, oh, actually, I've got to set off here. And does well to get home. 13 overs gone, 152 for 9. So the one big partnership in there, Tissara and Christian, 57 off 21, actually did look like it was swaying it almost back in the direction of the defending champions, but wickets fell, and since then they just have fallen a little on the wayside on the run scoring. Currently 152 for 9, need another 43 runs off the final 2 overs. And they've only got 1 wicket in hand. You feel like there might just be one ask too many. He has a big strike, the call of catch it. Fielder comes in from long on, takes the catch, and that is the game. And that makes it 4 from 4 for the Superstars, the defending champions, Manipal Tigers. They have been well and truly beaten today, but we have seen such a match, huge striking, and that man there, Shrivats Goswami, captaining this side, will be very, very happy with his side's performance today. And what a show they have given us, the men in blue. And that man there also on your screen, captaining the losing side today, but he played his part with the ball. He looked like he was changing the game. And then he came in and he struck it for 6, his first ball. And that man on your screen's Martin Guptill. What a day he's had. A birthday just a few days ago. 1 year older and just as good as ever. He was incredible with the bat. There's some work to be done on the commentary screen in front of us. He's took out the glass pane at one point, some massive striking, and then pouched a few catches too. He couldn't keep him out the game today, and it really was phenomenal from the Superstars.
A very comprehensive victory right from the start, right from the first ball with the bat. They set the tone at the top of the order. Goswami, the skipper, and Guptill. And then with the ball, Hamid Hassan, those 3 early wickets. Superstars go 4 from 4, unbeaten, top of the table. And probably through to the knockouts, I'd say, at this stage. 8 points on the board. Here's the final wicket. Harbhajan's gone for it. Top edge.
The Tigers, it's been difficult. That man, Dan Christian, well, at one point it looked like he might have wrestled it back in the grips, the claws of the Manipal Tigers, the defending champion, 36 from 14, and his partnership with Tissara was, for a while, looked like it might have got them back in the game, but they can only manage 152. Under the lights here in Surat. Well, Hamid, he was the man who made the difference with the ball, picking up 2 early wickets, and that really put the Wobbles on the chase up early. 3 for him, 2 for the impact player Razak, 2 for Monu, 2 for Kari, and 1 for Negi. So a real all-round performance with the ball for the Superstars after they were phenomenal with the bat. So they put up 194 for 7, guided by that incredible 68 off 29 from Guptill. The Manipal Tigers, for a moment, thought they might be back in it, but now let's go and hear from the losing captain.
Yes, I've got Budgie alongside me. That would have seemed quite daunting, I'd imagine, chasing 194. But actually, if you kept wickets in hand in the first 8 to 10 overs, do you think that was possibly gettable?
Well, I think with the kind of wicket we have seen, this was chaseable. Yes, though we didn't bowl as well as we should have, but we take this defeat. You know, they played better cricket than us. We learn from here and we move on.
15 overs aside for a bowler in these conditions is never easy, but you seem to enjoy the challenge yourself.
Well, as a bowler, the only one thing you can do in such situation, look to get the batters out. Simple as that. Even the ball was getting wet and stuff. So, but I think we could have bowled a little better, and we lost too many wickets up front. That's where I think we came behind in the game. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. They played better cricket than us.
You enjoyed your batting as well. I mean, that first ball, talk me through it. Did you enjoy that 6 more than the wickets?
No, I like my 3 wickets more than hitting with that 1-6. If that 6 would have came in a winning cause, I would have enjoyed that. But yeah, we learn and we move on from here.
And you move on to Jammu. That's where your next game is. What are you looking forward to most about Jammu?
Well, I hope no rain and we get to play some decent cricket on decent wicket. This was a great venue last time we won the championship here, and good wicket, good bounce, and just because of too much of rain, the boundary was a bit smaller, but unbelievable venue. Thanks to all those people who actually made the venue ready. It was a difficult task. Well done to them for having said that. You know, they worked really hard to prepare this ground for the game.
Yeah, I'll second that. Hard luck today. Looking forward to seeing you in Jammu, though.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Difficult day for the defending champions, but a captain, it's always great to chat to. 3 wickets again for him, and that big 6. We can't go ignoring on that one. So the Manipur Tigers taken down by the Southern Superstars today. The Stars winning it by 42. We're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back for the post-match presentation.
Straight into his work.
Welcome back to the K Rasa Legends League Match 11, and what a game it was after the rain today. We had 15 overs aside. The Southern Superstars put up 194 for 7, up to an absolute stonking performance for Martin Guptill up the top. It was a difficult chase for the Manipal Tigers for a while. They looked like they might actually be back in it, and it's now time for the post-match presentation.
First match in Surat, and it was definitely worth the wait. A big thank you, first of all, to the ground staff for making this ground playable and also for producing such a belter of a wicket. It really contributed to the spectacle today. First of all, the K Rasa Legends League would like to thank all of its partners. Title sponsor, of course, K Rasa. Official mobile game, Dream Cricket 24. Official partner, 1xBat. Official partner, Amar Ujala. Official broadcast partner, Star Sports. Official digital streaming partner is FanCode. Exclusive ticketing partner, Paytm Insider. Official radio partner, Radio City. Surat Pouring Water partner, Nexa Water. And the Surat medical partner is Shalby Multi-Speciality Hospital. I've also got a presentation party, of course, to my left. Allow me to introduce you to them. First of all, Mr. Anupam Singh Gehlot, Commissioner of Police, Surat. Mrs. Aditi Kaushik, Director of Marketing at Legends League Cricket. Mr. Munish Rao, Director Business Operations at Legends League Cricket. And Mr. Surid Roy, Team Manager of Manipal Tigers. We also, of course, have the Legend of the Match award. I'd like to ask Mr. Surid Roy to hand over the check, and the award goes to, for his 68 off just 29 balls, Martin Guptill. Brilliant knock from Martin today. He's hit the ground running in this tournament. If you could just pop over here, Martin. Well batted, that looked a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, it was a wee bit. Nice to get a few under the belt and contribute to another win.
You were striking the ball very cleanly, my man.
Oh, maybe not the first half. The second half, probably. Yeah, we've got a few more out the middle, but no, it was a nice wicket to bat on, and you know, they brought the boundaries in because of the wetness outside. So yeah, helps us as batters.
As you say, short boundary, nice wicket. So at what point did you realise we're going to need a big score here?
Probably straight away. I mean,
really?
You just never know in this game. I mean, T20 cricket's pretty fickle. You know, you can feel as good as you can with the bat and get out first ball sort of thing. But, you know, once we got a couple of partnerships going, you know, it was pretty hard to stop. And it showed when they got partnerships going as well, it was hard to stop. And, you know, obviously a couple of mistakes got us back in the game.
I noticed in your first innings, you came here in Jodhpur, the wicket maybe wasn't quite as easy as this one. You just took your time a bit, got in, faced a few balls, and you steadily, looks like your rhythm has got better and better with each innings.
Yeah, I felt pretty good for the most part, to be honest. It's, yeah, as you said, it was a pretty tricky wicket in Jodhpur, but ball was turning square from ball one. So, look, you got to use different skills and things like that and try and find a way through it. And, you know, finally we got on a pretty flat one here.
And I bet you're looking forward to batting on it again tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck tomorrow. Brilliant stuff today.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Really enjoyed it.
Check.
Okay, Martin Guptill, the legend of the match, the winning captain, of course, again, is Shrivats Goswami. Well done. We meet again, having won a game. Let's talk with your bowling effort first. And was that Hamid Hassan spell absolutely vital, because it just set them back right at the beginning?
Absolutely. I was talking to him before the game that why did he retire? He still bowls very quick. I thirds into my gloves when the ball comes behind. I mean, he's quick. He can bowl the Yorkers. He can bowl the odd bounces as well. I think the power play while batting and while fielding, both the power plays were really good for us.
Yeah, we were all thinking that up in the commentary box, actually, how good he looked. Looks like he could still play at the highest level.
Absolutely. That's what we keep telling him. Why did he retire? He's like, no, he's done with it. Coaching is much more easy. You know, it's 4 overs here, and then we play back-to-back games. But yeah, it's good to have him in our side.
Having said that, and you had a big score on the board, could you not fully relax until you got Tissera out?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially they got a long batting lineup. the only thing I told my bowlers was there will be time in this run chase that the ball will be flying out of the ground. You just don't have to panic. Just try and hit your Yorkers outside the off stump. If it doesn't really execute properly, sometimes it gets on a full toss and goes for a 6. But then again, back your strength, and that's what the bowlers did. Everybody, to be honest.
4 out of 4 for you guys now. You're miles ahead of the rest. You're pretty much guaranteed now to be in the playoffs. What's the secret recipe? How have you guys clicked so quickly?
I don't know. I think most of us are fit. Most of the players are fit and young. Recently, few of them are recently retired. Like I said in the last interview as well, the management did a very good job in keeping the core players for this season as well. And looks like Legends League Season 3, it's meant for us. We're the only team which keeps on playing every game. But yeah, kudos to the groundsman today. I mean, it's been raining every single day here, and they did a fantastic job.
And a good captain you've got as well, right?
Right, thank you.
Well done, Srivat.
Thanks.
Well, that's a very happy captain there, Srivat Goswami. His team have gone 4 from 4, and it was explosive today. 194 they made in their 15 overs. The Manipal Tigers, defending champions, are yet to clock a win now in this LLC Season 3, and it was the Superstars, guided by Martin Guptill with the bat and Hamid with the ball, and they win it by 42 runs. So 4 from 4 for the men in blue, the Superstars. And the good news is there is still more action to come from here in Surat. Up next, we will have the Connaught Surias Odisha taking on the top of the table Southern Superstars. But it's now time for you all to go home, get some sleep, and we'll see you at the next game.
We have cricket. It gets to the boundary with ease.
De Silva really means business today. Martin Guptill, and that is his first 50 in LLC cricket. He goes massive, and it's 4 in a row!
And Budgie has 3. 194 for 7 from just 15 overs.
This could be 2 in 2, and it very much is 2 in 2.
The Tigers are being tamed here. Classic Tissera Pereira straight into his work. It's crushed for 4. 50 partnership.
And it's taken by Martin Guptill. And that is the game.
Cut it! Manipal Tigers के लिए अगले बल्लेबाज उनके बॉस the last Barcelona game that happens tomorrow. Thank you so much. A win for the Southern Superstars by 42 runs against the Manipal Tigers of the Kerasa Legends League Cricket Season 3.